All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy King back at it again with another stream. Hope everybody's having a great Monday. We are back live on all of the various platforms that we are live on. Hope everybody is having a great evening. Hope everybody is good. We're back with Minecraft Mondays. Minecraft Mondays is here, and we are going to be continuing doing some work on the server. And I have a friend with me today who's going to help me with some ideas, trying to think of some things. What's this? Hold on. When free credit, music app. Sorry, I just saw like a notification. I was like, ooh, free money, and then it was just pretty bad. Anyway, so didn't matter. But yeah, as I was saying, we're gonna be doing some Minecraft stuff tonight. We're gonna be continuing to work on the server, trying to get some more enchants made. Maybe we could work on some foods. Maybe we could work on some other things. But for now, or maybe even work on some mobs. I actually do still have to do that as well. But like I was saying, for now, we're going to be continuing work on the server just in general. So we're going to move over to our gaming scene and let's get ready to rumble. Also, I just realized I need to actually open Minecraft. I should do that now. Un segundo, por favor. And let me undeafen. All right, Becca, the people can hear you. I don't think Becca here earlier. Oh, she set them up. She not here. I'll do this later. Let me pull back up you and you and you. Right, leave you like that.
Hola, ¿qué haces, man? Am I not being heard? Is my voice not reaching the masses?
It is now, because you decided to speak.
I was speaking.
You wasn't speaking when I said reach.
Yes, I said ah.
Well, then you might peaked because I did not hear you at all. So, hello, Becca. Thank you for coming through. You are here to be my ideas giver for the night, right? Essentially.
Yes.
All right. So, we are going to be doing Minecraft. I know you haven't played Minecraft, but hopefully, maybe you might get into Minecraft at some point. You were saying how you spoke interest in playing the game, right? So I'm not using you for Minecraft.
I thought you was gonna speak more.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not using you for Minecraft purposes. I'm going to use your creativity, because that's one of the stronger points that you have compared to me, is that you are a creative, right? So you're going to help me think of enchants, think of like any cool things I can put into the server as best as I can, right? I'm not going to impose any limits on you. I'm going to tell you, think of any idea, and I will see if I can implement it myself. That's the idea, right? That's what we're going with. Right, good. Also, hello, Mohammed. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a great evening. What's up? All right, let me boot up my Minecraft. In the meantime, so right now I have my Chat GPT open with the enchant ideas I have. Chat GPT. So, anyways, as I was saying, so I have my Chat GPT open. I have my ideas here. So I won't ask you for ideas there right now. So I'm gonna tell you what you can give me ideas for, right? So we can create items. So that would be like either just like items in the game that you could give to people. We can create food items, which we would have done last week. We can create custom tools. We can create our own mobs, so that would be like our own creatures as well that have like certain like behaviors and things like that. We can create pets that would give the owners little effects or like bonuses. We can create quests, so that would be like quest lines that people can take on that would give them rewards for doing so. We can create scrolls. That's the only thing that I haven't actually touched yet. So that I have this enchant for scrolls, which I believe you can use them on items to give them like little buffs and stuff like that. Other than that, we can also create so they're reforges. So if you take a tool that you have and you reforge it, you can give it another small bonus as well. We can create talismans, which are items that you can hold in your hand that would also give you another benefit. So those are the things that we can look into making, right? So I don't know if you have like, I know you're the book girly, right? So and we can also create like armor sets as well. That's another thing that I missed.
I should have write this down.
That would have been ideal. I can like type it up and send it to you.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the theme we running with here?
We are doing what do you call this thing again, boy? We are doing a magic themed server.
Okay.
So think fairies,
And
like you know,
you could
like no,
do
think wizards, like Harry Potter.
scrolls.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Continue listing.
Hold on, let me just go
Just
from the top.
rapid fire.
Okay,
No,
hold
I
on.
have
Let
one.
me.
Rapid fire.
All right, so going from the top, we can make armor sets. So that would be like that would be full sets of armor that when you have them, you get a like a buff or bonus. We can technically we can create our own currency that could do something, but that's not really necessary here. We can create our own enchants. That's the enchanting system in Minecraft is where you place an item into an enchantment table. You can then give it an enchant that will allow it to do things. So, for example, if you enchant a sword, you can get an enchant called Fire Aspect, which would allow you when you hit something that it gets set on fire. Things like that.
Okay.
Excuse me. We can create our own eco items. So that would be regular items, food items, or tools. Let me just look up eco scrolls real quick. Look, my internet looks like dying. Okay, no, it's not. It's just being dumb. Alright, eco scrolls. Alright, so eco scrolls is the best way and the best and most powerful item modifier plugin ever. You can create any kind of item upgrade you want by making configs without any programming knowledge required. Make small buffs or massive upgrade systems depending on your server's needs and have them integrate seamlessly with the rest of your server. So it's kind of like enchants, but instead of having to enchant to get them, you get a scroll and you can apply it to the item, essentially. Right. So actually, I could. I had ideas for enchants, but I could probably make them scrolls instead since I want to do this whole one system. I digress. That's just like a idea. So that's one of the things that you can do with scrolls. Then coming down the line, we have items, right? I was saying we can create our own mobs. So that would be like, think the zombies or the skeletons. We can create our own things like that. We can also create, I think, passive mobs. So like sheep and anything like that as well. Let's see what else. Pets, eco pets. That's another thing that we can create, which would be a little like an entity that'll hover around you that'll give you bonuses and level up as you play the game. So for example, in the base like configuration, there is a vampire pet that you can level up by taking damage at night. So once it's nighttime and you take damage, you gain experience. And then every time you level up, you gain the ability to lifesteal. So it says here at level 1, this pet can only be leveled at night. When hitting enemies, you have a percentage chance to gain health from your enemy, and it has a cooldown. And that's how it goes. So it have things like that that you can do with the pets.
Okay.
Continuing down the line, we have quests. So you have eco quests, which is you can make people. Well, you know what a quest is.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Right. So we already explained scrolls. So we'll continue down the line. We have reforges. So reforges would be, let me pull it up on Polymoth. So reforges. Right, so reforges would be extra effects that you can have on your tools or weaponry. So for example, if you reforge a sword and it ends up with a light reforge, it would deal less damage, but you can attack faster. if you reforge it and it gets like a sharp reforge, it will deal more crit damage. You have a higher chance to crit and deal more crit damage. Things like that. Good? That makes sense?
Yes. Sense
Right.
is making.
Okay, and then we have the final thing that we have here is talismans. So those would be items that you can hold that give you effects. So for example, in the base configuration here, there's an experience talisman that when you are holding it, you gain 10% more experience as you're playing. So very, real simple.
Repeat that.
So
Talisman as well.
a talisman is a holdable item, well, an item that you have to hold in your main hand or your offhand that will give you extra effects as you are holding them. So I gave the example of an experience talisman that gives you more experience when you're holding it. There's one called sharpness, which gives you more melee damage as you're holding it. It has one that's called strength, which gives you more damage as you hold it, just in general. Things like that. Real simple. And I think that's everything that we can edit. Well, things that we can create in terms of those plugins. Everything else is like, yeah, everything else is just side stuff. This is like the main bread and butter of the server.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did you want to start?
Do any ideas come to your head?
Yes, you should create pixies as a passive mob.
As a passive mob? Alright.
Yeah.
So the thing is with mobs, right? So with mobs, actually no, there's a perfect mob that I can use as like a fairy, actually. So with mobs, let's look at
aggressive?
What mobs?
Yeah.
No, mobs don't have to be aggressive. So let's see. So I'm gonna go through they have an example configuration here. So you say you want to make a fairy, right? Fairy.
Yes.
So let's go to the Minecraft wiki. So on the Minecraft wiki, I already know the perfect mob that I could use as a baseline for this. So let's go to the alley. So if you're watching my stream, if you look at my stream, you'll see like this little flying thing, and this can be like a really good little fairy. So the question is, if we want to do fairy, I know we're looking at the article. It says here this article is about the passive mob that collects items for hostile mobs summoned by evokers. See Vex. Fairy redirects here. So I think this is kind of like Minecraft's fairy already, but I mean, doesn't that mean that we can't do something with it, right? So as I was saying, so we have this fairy. What would we want this fairy to do? We say it wants it to be a passive mob, so it would just exist in the world essentially, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that you could have like, I don't know, one that gives you a piece of candy when you meet it. Or some that if you meet it, it attacks.
It what?
It attacks. I don't know,
attacks?
that's very fairy-like to me. One gives you gifts, so the other one gives you trauma.
This sounds, you basically just described to me what Delibird is in Pokemon.
What?
Wait, what? Delibird. So Delibird, remember, it only has the move present. So it can either...
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it can either throw a present at you and it heals you, or it just explodes. So it's literally it feels like you just described that.
That's not good in matches.
Yeah, imagine you throw a present at your opponent and you just heal them.
On the head and it just heals.
Alright. So let's look at the mobs.
I think it's on brand for fairies, you know. Either get your good stuff or they get your bad stuff.
Okay. So let's copy the example over into here. Let me see. I hope you guys can see it's on stream, by the way. Let me move my camera.
I just see words. And
is it visible?
Words mean.
Is it visible? Like
words?
Yes. Like, can you read it clearly? Like
yeah,
on stream.
Modifiers using entities from other plugins.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. So
hashtag if mobs should have a spawn egg.
Right. Good. Right. So let's look at the mobs. So we'll do alley, And then it have
Ale,
different
ale, ale.
ale,
Damn.
ale, 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 ale.
Hallelujah.
All right, so we
Ale,
could
ale,
do
ale.
fly. We do fly
Daddy, you
speed.
know they had me in a 4-hour mass. The field trip was a 4-hour mass. Jubilee where?
All right, let's see. I'll just send the name to be
All that for
fair.
a hot dog. It's really not worth it.
All that for a hot dog is crazy. So name fairy.
It was just a hot dog at the end of everything.
Right, so we have an alley, the fly speed fairy, cool. This is not a boss. So actually I don't need to put a name here, I'll just take it out.
You wanna put a faking? A fairy
Huh?
boss?
Yeah,
a fairy
that could work.
boss.
Fairy boss could be cool, yeah. Right, display name fairy. No equipment in hand, so we'll just blank this and blank this for now.
I think the same principle should apply. If you beat the boss, he will drop a present.
Okay, so hold on, just
Does
make sure.
it
So
explode?
this is a passive mob, right? Or is it that we want this mob to attack people?
Could it do both?
It could be well, that's a find out, but I think we should be able to make it passive until it's attacked.
Oh, okay.
Let me just check something real quick.
How would it give you? Does passive mobs give you gifts?
If passive mobs give you gifts?
Yeah, because I was saying that it should drop a little present for somebody.
Let me see if this is something that I can do. So,
Okay.
so let's see.
If not, it'll just be cool to have them there.
Yeah, that's fair. Custom AI. Right, custom AI page. Right, there we go. Please tell me there's more. Okay, good. All entity goals. All target goals. No, don't care about this. Cool. Use item. No. I feel like there should be like a drop item. This interactive. No, this interacts with other mobs. Alright. Avoid entity break doors, breathe air, breed, cat lie on bed, eat grass. A random teleport, fleece on float. Okay, I don't see any. Oh, it have use item, but I don't think use item would be what we're looking for. Yeah, because that's just yeah, no, there's no what we're looking for. Okay, let me think, because I haven't really made mobs since the one time that I did however long ago. It's been a very, very long time. So let's go try and understand what it have to make the mob. So we have the mob itself. So as the base mob, we already put that as just the alley with the flying speed. Hello, Mr. Zaniel. How are you doing tonight, man? Had the mob categories, which you'll look at after. We have the display name, lifespan. Where lifespan is? I don't see lifespan here. Oh, here it says lifespan. So it doesn't have a lifespan. It will just exist in the world. I've come to make one suggestion. Come in the call if you want to. We're here. Right, equipment that the mob will hold or here, which I am setting to nothing right now, and integrations. So that would have been these things that I've disabled. Right, let's look at the custom mob AI. So that is...
Yeah, cool.
Hello, good day, sir.
I have one suggestion, because I have to go do I have to continue to slave away, as, your boy got his midterms.
Right.
My one suggestion is, dragons, but like, not just like, I'm not entirely sure how mobs work, but like having these four types of dragons that exist.
Earth, water, fire, and air.
No, I mean like ages. Young.
Oh, you mean the
adult,
wormling, young, adult, and ancient?
Ancient, yes.
Right.
I don't know. You'd have to distinguish between them via size and like damage and stuff like that, and like proportionally
yes, you would have
scale
to.
them. But And I
That
don't
Can't have
know.
it
I don't
by
know if
colors.
I don't think I could go that deep. Unless, well, you see, the thing is, I could technically go that deep, but that would require changing the model, which is not something that I could do. I don't have the creativity to do model work. I could implement it, like I can do programmatic. I can do the back end. Somebody else would have to do the front end.
Mm.
Although it's
Surely
a good
somebody,
idea though.
surely someone you know is decent at modeling in some capacity.
I don't think so, you know.
Damn. Well, that was
I
my
don't know.
one
Nobody comes to
contrib.
mind.
That was my one
At
contrib.
modeling one.
Like just making like 3D models and that kind of thing.
Mm.
My
I think we have people talk about it, but nobody that actually does it.
Yeah.
and with that, my what do you call this? My help has um
Expired.
not expired per se, but my help has uh been used. I will now be going to start the last part of my presentation and hopefully finishing it tonight.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. Remember, kids, eat your vegetables and don't do drugs. And sometimes your greenest shot mightn't just be the rightest shot. So try the shot a second time, and it will be green. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, finally, King DZX IP.
Hey yo. Okay, so we have the effects that we could run here. So you're saying when the fairy spawns in, and let me say a player interacts with you, wanted to like drop an item, essentially, or have a chance to drop an item. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's I see here interact, and I know that I can get an effect. I can make an effect in here. So now the question is, do we want it to drop an item, and if so, how often would that happen, or like is there a chance for it to happen, or anything like that?
I think chance.
Chance also. Hey, 1ZA! Big up you and your 17s. Boop, boop, boop. That's what I like to hear, dog. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Hope you're having a great evening. All right. So you're saying a chance for it to drop an item, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's see. Hold on. This is effects. Is there another effects thing? Effects, right? You can configure effects, filter, blah blah blah. Okay, so it's just configuring an effect like as normal. Okay, so on interacting with the LA, we wanted to potentially drop an item. So let's look at. There's an effect that we can use for this for sure. All effects, it has a drop random item effect, right? There we go. So we can give it a list of items to drop, and then we can also add an argument for it to be a chance at being like 0.1 or like 1 or anything like that. So that way, when we do interact with it, so in this case, I think just like right click it, it could drop an item. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So what list of items do we want it to drop now is the question.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at like the base items I have here. Let me just set the chance, I believe. Configuring the effect is here.
Item. Base items.
Where is chance? There we go. So we'll put chance. Oops. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. Chance. So I just set chance to 100%, so that way we could just test it to see if that works. Also, dog, I now see the tweets. Yes, listen. I was watching. I have a stream like up in the background, but I'm not watching it. I had it up. And I was watching it. I was like, you know what? It's like you had like a good few hundred people. I was like, you know what? I'm glad to see so much people
Know what
actually
witches.
Yeah, actually interacting with the stream. He said he got some help from like a good bit of his people, and I was like, oh, I love that. That's so good to hear. What I'm hoping is that unlike some other people, that it like branches out and interacts with other people in this space. Granted, I don't really see that happening. It's very unlikely for it to happen.
What
But
is
it
he
would be.
streaming?
I think he's just chatting right now.
No, but like,
Yeah.
what's his plans?
I don't think he has a plan. At least not right now. Hold on, did I stop
Yeah.
my? Okay, good. Everything running. Yeah, I don't know if he has a straight up plan. I don't know, but
I
it seems
wonder if
like
this is just a way for him to connect to his audience, which would be cool.
Which would
if
be a
he's
good
just here
idea.
to just give them a platform. It's like, hey, you wanna talk to me live? Let's use Twitch and do that. That's
the
not a
thing
bad
is,
idea.
his Twitch chat running like most big streamers Twitch chat, so it's already in looking too interactable. I mean, he's been like pulling out messages every so often from the spam, which is good. He's like he's paying attention and he's doing his thing and he's working on it. So I that's really good. You know? Yeah, he might just become the Trinidad equivalent of who? I don't know who this is, dog. But I'm googling this.
Who? What's your
I'm
name?
Dante. I'm Dante. I think is the name that Zane put here. Oh, this guy! I did not know this guy's name. As soon as I saw the face, I was like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy." I can see it though. No, you're right. You're right, Zane. You're right. That's crazy work. Leave me alone. How about that? How about leave me alone? You ever thought about that?
You gotta remember, not everybody's chronically online.
Set this to false because it's not boss. This is false. This should also be false. I want this to naturally spawn in the world. English is hard. Is there no way to make this like spawn in the world naturally? Now that I think about it. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Alright, Silver, come up! That's crazy like this. Wait, this King Man is though? This King Man is what? What are we talking about? I'm confused. My brain not working. What's going on? Zane, what are we talking about? Alright, I think I need to look at it on my phone. Alright, cool. Log in to the server and let's test this. Oh, Chronically Online. I am Chronically Online. That is true. I exist on the internet. The internet exists through me. That is all. Thank you. Come to my TED Talk. Whoop, whoop. Right, there we go. Oh my god, what is my TPS? Oh, whoa! That was weird. Alright. Oh, why do I have 400 ping to my own locally run server? Thank you! Right. Equal mobs. Spawn. Did I not? Did I do something wrong? Invalid. Oh, I have no category, right? Sometimes I need to make a default one. Let me see how to make these categories. Each mob belongs to a category which controls things like spawning behavior. For example, you might have a category for common mobs, one for rare mobs, and one for nether bosses, etc. Oh, okay. This is nice. This is nice. This is good. Oh, and you can replace. Oh, okay. So let's make a new common dot YAML. Paste this in here. So if the mob is persistent, so the mob will be persistent. So we are not replacing any mobs. Uses the vanilla mob, spawn mob, right? Replacing the vanilla mob. No, so we're gonna use custom. So uses the eco mob spawn system. So do I have to keep replace? Huh, I don't want it to replace anything though. Or maybe I have to keep it. This is confusing me. So, do I have to keep replace? It's not optional, so it looks like I have to keep it. Okay, let's just use chance 100 for now, just to see how this works. So we replace every zombie with and skeleton with a fairy, just to see how it works. Right, so spawns on the land. Conditions. I don't care about the conditions. A chance for the mob to spawn if a valid spawn point is formed as its percentage. Let's go 100. This is kind of confusing, like a little bit, but let's just work with this. Right, good. All right, let's spawn our fairy. Oh, whoa! Okay, flight speed 5 is very fast. Yeah, he be Newman. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. So if I right click it, it just drops the item. Nice, I like that. So I can just spam it to get the items. Cool. So at least I know that works. So switch this to like 1.5. Do I need the replace option then? It's kind of confusing me, this part. I don't know about this, but then... Oh, no, okay. I don't need this. Cool. Good to know. All right, now seeing custom, spawn type, land, conditions, and let me set the chance to 5%. Cool. Reload that, and then also switch the fairy fly speed to like 1.2, because that shit was fucking Newman. And then now we could come down here. How do I want to make this drop thing work, right? Yeah, they kill all entities. There we go. Good. So that's running. So now the question is, I don't like the idea of right clicking it to make it drop the item, because then someone will just keep spamming right click to get the items. Is there a better way that we can do this? Becca, what are you thinking?
I don't know the code
The technical
ending.
aspect. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's valid. That's
why right click is a thing in the first place? I thought it was like, how it is it gonna trigger an item?
So the only way that we can make it trigger that an item would drop is if so here's the ways that we could do it. We could either have it be a permanent effect that's running at all times. We could have it when the mob spawns, it does it. When the mobs despawns, it does it. When we interact with it, in this case, right clicking it, it will do it. We can have it so that whenever we attack it, it does it. So melee attack, a ranged attack, or any attack. We can have it so that when the mob, so this would be, well, the attacks would be when the player does it. We can have it done when the mob takes damage. We can have it done when the mob damages the player. We can have it done when the mob kills the player. We can have it on the mob just passively dying. Or we can have it done on when the mob is specifically killed by a player.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, why not that?
Which one?
But
On kill?
killed by a player.
Killed by a player. Okay, Zane brought up a good idea that I could just have it random. The thing is, I don't think that there is a random here. It have every. It have delay. It have repeats, which I don't think this would really work in this case. It have a price. It have run. Oh, even better idea. We can make it so that the player has to have a specific item that you could probably find like throughout playing the game or craft.
I like that.
And when you interact with the fairy, then it drops the item. And depending on what the item it is that you
could make it a held item.
A held item? Like, what do you mean? As in, like, oh, the fairy would hold the item so you'll know what item to give it? That what you mean? Or?
No, as in the item that you have to hold that we just talked about.
Oh, wait, what? Sorry. Hold on.
What's
So,
this? Scrolls or not scrolls?
is
Talisman
it?
that you hold?
Oh, the talisman. So, oh, like you could craft a talisman to give it, and then it would just drop you an item.
Yeah, that they have to hold in order to get the item after. The same thing. I just trying to add an extra thing in it and the same time speed.
I don't know if that what you're suggesting is possible. I understand where you're trying to come from. Oh, okay, actually, no, that might be possible. If you have a talisman that's like a fairy talisman, that if you
Yeah.
are within range of a fairy, that it gives you like one item. Then you have to make it so that can only trigger once. I mean, after you trigger, you could just have the talisman get deleted. Okay, let me write that down. Talisman is a weird thing for that though, but I guess I would have never thought of that. So let's see, talisman to hold when interacting with fairy and holding talisman get item, then delete talisman afterwards. Yeah, that could work. Fairies ask for a random item in exchange for another item. Yeah, it could be a bartering system. That though, I think that would that I don't know if that's something that I could do though. I think the bartering system would be cool.
Oh,
But I
that
feel
is cool.
that is cool, but
Okay, so what about
oh, actually,
like
even better idea. Hold,
true?
sorry. Go ahead, back up.
I was gonna say like different grades of talisman, fairy talisman, and it could increase the odds of a good gift instead of a bad one. So like level 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I write down the ideas. So idea one, I have here is the talisman to hold when interacting with fairy. Holding talisman, get item, delete talisman. I've afterwards has 3 levels of talisman. Cool. So I have idea number 2 where it's based off a same zone where it's like you give it an item and it gives you a random item from a list of items, essentially.
Oh, like one of those chess box things. It's like you put the item in it and it will spawn a item in return.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So it's like, but it would only take a specific item though. But it would just take like an item from that list because I can make it like a randomized list of items. I think it have is it where is this? It have drop weighted random item where you can give it like a weight, and it would drop that based on that.
Okay.
So you can make it like maybe if it's like a weight of like 99, that it would drop what's called this thing by like dirt or something, and then on a weight of 1, then it drops like a stack of diamonds. Things like that. But again, that still requires you to give it a specific item. It's still a chance at the end of the day. I was just seeing here drop random item. Oh no, I think this is the this is the one that I have right now. Let's see what other options it have. Seeing drop pickup item. Oh, drop pickup item is one that runs a chain when you pick it up. Okay, we're not looking at that one. Let's look at drop weighted item, and then let me lock in for real. Yeah, lock in, Zane. Lock into what you had to do. So that's talisman to hold and interactive. I feel like both of these things kind of are the exact same thing. I could implement both of these things in a sense. Trying to think. See, the thing is, I don't think I would make this a talisman. I think I would just make this an equal item because you can just make it a craftable item, one item that you can get from like a random chest. It doesn't have to be a talisman that is specifically made for interacting with the fairy. What do you think, Becca?
Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
let me show you. There's a condition I'm going to need for this.
Make them work for it.
Let's see. Nah, not the expression.
I
Not
could make the
that.
whole thing more complicated and make it a side quest for them to find the Fairy King.
I mean, we can make it so that, again, with the weighted item, maybe it drops an item that you could use to spawn the boss.
Yeah.
Or even, like, you hold the item and then maybe, like, as you're holding the item, the server will poll to see if you have the item in hand. And if it does, then you have a chance of spawning the Fairy King nearby you. Something along those lines.
I like that. Yeah.
Alright. So let me do this part at a time. I hope you write that down somewhere because I am not going to remember.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. Me? You want me to write shit down? Yes, you. What the hell?
So, items given to Fairy
Let's see, is that conditions?
for a chance.
Look at here. In main hands. So you can make it so that it has an item in your main hand that would trigger. So let me take out the chance. And let's put in
Nearby.
drop weighted random item. So drop weighted random weighted item. So let's give it. Yeah, so the items here. So this will be a weight of items. So this weight, or you can just give it a single item for that weight. I want a guidebook on all these mobs, please. we'll compile them and explain them like in time.
It'll cost you 50 US.
Alright, you heard the lady. It'll cost you 50 US. Alright, so
I meant to say 50 cents, but that didn't come off my mouth, so.
that is actually so funny. It's like it'll cost you 50 pence. I mean cents. I mean what?
US. You know, it all sounds so similar.
Yeah, everything is the same if you believe hard enough.
Yep.
Right, so
All
effects.
words are just the words rearranged to sound and look different, but it's all the same.
Conditions. Right, so for the conditions, we want in main hand to have an eco item. Right, we do eco items. Jeez. Alright, so going back up to eco items, let's make a what should we call it? What should the item itself be?
Call it
What do you
fairy
think?
heart.
A fairy heart?
How do
Okay.
they get the item?
That is what we have to figure out as well. So fairies, heart, YML. Right, so let's copy the example. So now we can either make this craftable, we can make it so that it's we can make it a craftable item, we could make it item that you could just randomly find as like treasure. We can do anything along those lines. You know?
Okay.
So let's see. So what are you thinking?
What would be more fun for you, the player, to do? Random or create?
I think it depends on the stuff that we make in the fairy drop. If it's stuff that's rare, then it wouldn't make sense for it to be craftable. But if you want it so that, oh well, maybe you can exchange it in order to get like maybe some more common items, maybe some lower tier items like iron or copper or things like that, then we can make it craftable. That's how I would do it.
Okay, so it's which one? As in common, rare.
It's a
Like-
fairy, right? So I guess that would also be based. That would also be based on how often do we want the fairies to spawn.
True.
We can make it so that the fairy itself is a rare spawn, so I could put that like 0.01. See, if we make the fairy rare, and items rare, then I feel like we should make it so that's craftable. But then that begs the question, what would we make the recipe to craft it?
Yes.
You know? That's the next thing we gotta ask ourselves, you know? Because it's all fine and dandy if we make it craftable. There's nothing wrong with that. But then in what way, like what do we put into it to make it craftable? So now, in the default configuration, there are enchanted gems. So it have enchanted cobblestone, enchanted diamond, enchanted emerald, and enchanted iron. We could utilize those things to make a fairy heart maybe, or even make our own item to make those items as well too.
Oof.
What happened?
I think oof as in, I don't know if that's a lot of work or not.
No, it's not a lot of work in that sense. Let me just fairy heart. So is there an item that looks like anything close to a heart in Minecraft, right? Oh, I have the heart in the sea, but that's not like a heart. Yeah, that's just an orb. Let me see. What item could I use in place of this, like, right now? I could use redstone. I'll use redstone for now. This would be called fairies art. So we're saying that this is a craftable item. Now what's flip redstone and make it hot chip. I can't edit the actual item here at least. What I will do is, again, later down the line, I'm going to make it so that I will get little textures and stuff like that for these custom items, so that way it wouldn't just be seeing a piece of redstone that have a name on it. This is going to be a lot of work. Jesus Christ. I digress.
It
So
doesn't need to look like a literal heart, you know. It could just look like a fairy.
like a little baby fairy.
Yeah.
All right, that's true. But no recipe. I don't know. It's in a 9x9 grid. How can you make a heart? Let me pull back up Minecraft and just like, and a crafting table. Right, crafting table. Let me free. All right, so if I were to do a heart, see, that just looks dumb. If I do that, I think that looks worse. That's just stupid. What if I take out the corners? That's just a Y. That's a T. I have no way to really make a heart. Unless you just do something like this, maybe. But that doesn't really look like a heart. That does that. Are you still Newman around, bro? God damn. Jeez. Oops. Kill all entities. I think I need to reload eco mobs. Yeah, because I know I changed it, but I didn't actually save it. All right, yes, back to potential recipe. So
BRB.
what can I really do for this way? The items. No, I know. I obviously know that shadow, but I want it to look like a heart, as close as I can. Although, granted, again, I don't think that's very possible to do in Minecraft. And what if I just do 3? Trying to think. Yeah, I think I might work with this. Let's do enchanted diamond. We'd say like, yeah, nah, it's just a lot. How much are enchanted diamond? Ugh. Jesus, never mind. I'll stick with 2. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I was about to make a mistake. So it would be top left, top right. The top left, yeah, top left, top right, and bottom middle. Right. Equal items. Good. So now if I give King DZX equal, no, what? Equal items, give King DZX. Fairy's heart. Wait, what? No, enchanted diamond. I'll just give myself a stack. Right, there we go. So it doesn't work with 1. If I put 2, there we go. Now I get stats. So I have 2 fairies hearts. Good. And now let me spawn a fairy. Where's my fairy? Oh, there you are. Hello, Monsieur Fairy. Where did you go? Oh my god. Okay, no, these guys are human too fast though. Fairy. Didn't expect the bitch to be flying so quick though. Hey, buddy. Come back here. Hold on, wait. Let me talk to you. Let me speak to you. Oh, shit. Right. I forgot that allies actually hold items.
I'm back.
Okay, let me... Oh, hello. Let me do offhand. Wait, son of a bitch. Go on. Alright, there we go. Ah, no, don't fly away from me, you piece of shit. Come here. It still takes it from my offhand? Oh, that's kind of dumb. I'll just do an inventory. So that we don't accidentally hand it over to it. It should have an inventory, I think. Please, I don't have it in inventory, does it? Or it should have a here it says has item. There we go. Let me look at this. So has item, very hot. All right, where did it go? He keeps flying away. My child, where are you? You are moving so fast. Come back here. Where are you flying off to? Where are you going? Come here. No. All right, still in my offhand. Right. Ah, there we go. I got it to work just now. I got 1 item. Okay, so let me just fix up the AI so that way it's not flying around at speed of Mach 2. Hopefully that 0.1 might help. Yeah, there we go. Now, so where are you going? Why are you hovering off into the sky? All right, cool. I'm having a good time. Yes, I want this in my inventory so that I can see it. I don't know where the bitch fly up and go on. I guess we could enter some of the goals then in the meantime. Can I make it so that it follows me? I don't think so. Hostile and neutral mobs, no. I wanted to try and follow a player if it finds it, but I guess I could look at player. I guess it's the closest thing that I could get. So let's see. Oh, target. This is entity goals. Oh wait, why did not ChatGPT? No, not ChatGPT knowing some of these entity goals. So this one is random stroll. Where was random?
Why would it not?
I mean, I just wouldn't expect it to.
Isn't it on the internet?
Fair. This is like actual Minecraft stuff, so that's fair, right? So the mob can't thing. So 10. 2, 5. Can I have it move towards? Okay. Does it have like a fly? Oh, it have a float. Oh, that's float in water. All right, cool. Can things have the same priority? I wonder. Priorities are calculated in descending order. So 0 short priority, etc. All items use lookup strings as all the entities. So use custom items and entities in your goal. All right, so yeah, this should be the highest priority. This should be second, and then this should be third. I think. I don't know anymore. All right, cool. Let's try spawning this thing again. Where are you? Hey, buddy. Yeah, I don't want you to hold the item. Wait, what? What just happened? What? What? Effects run when the player interacts with the mob. Run from the player's perspective of the player. From the perspective of the player. Is it that it has to be holding the dust and then I right click it and then it gives me the item? That's kind of weird. It is okay. That I kind of like that. But then you get back the item and that's a concern. So you kind of spam it. So no, I don't really like that actually. Okay, let me see if I can find another way to do that then. Yes, ran from the player's perspective. So from my perspective, it has the item. And that's why it drops it for me. Okay. Oh. Okay, better idea. I can give I might have to give it like points. This starting to get a little bit more complicated than I thought it would end up being, you know. Let's see.
You want to uncomplicate it some way?
I'm not too sure if I can. Not in the way that we would want it to work. So what I'm thinking now is that if we make the item, if you right click the item, maybe it could give you some points. But I'm not too sure. No, I don't want to do that. The issue is I didn't read it before. So the interact specifically, like when I interact with the mob, it does that, right? So if the condition has item, it means that the mob has to have the item in its hand in order for the effect to run. But then when you right click and allay with an item, it holds the item. And then if you right click it when it's holding the item in its hand, it gives you back the item, but also drops the weighted the item that it would drop because of the effect. Thus, it would be impossible for you to not have the to get rid of the item now, you know? If you understand what I'm saying. It's have no price to pay in that sense. So unless we could change it to say a point, like a currency that you can literally trade with the fairy, that might be the next best idea. Okay, let's see. Alright, so our fairy's heart. What effect can I give it that could work? It have add points? Yes, it does. Is there like a add or give price? Ah, there is a give price. Okay, good. Okay, so the effects of the item, i.e. the functionality. Okay, yeah. So I can make it so that when you right click the item, it gives you like some fairy dust essentially, and then we can use the fairy dust as the price for the thing. So give price. So let's make a new thing. So ID fairy dust. All right, cool. It's what just happened? What broke? Oh dear lord. Caught previously unhandled exception. Why? What happened? Oh, did it just randomly shut itself? That's what it's looking like. Yup. Okay, cool. So FP. No, not FP. It's FD. You mean unknown subcommand? Huh. All right. Where are you? There you are. That's not you. It's the next one. Right, equal bits. Do I have vaults? I feel like I do. Shouldn't I? I do. I think I might need to restart the server in order for this thing to work. Probably. Oh well. Let's see. So the fairy hearts, we'll give fairy dust. We'll give it. I think I should be supposed to be able to do random, right? Where are math expressions? Stuff in all plugins. Math expressions. So I should be able to random, right? Yes, I can. All right, so Becca, how much fairy dust do you think we should give for like each, like every time you use the fairy's heart? How much dust do you think it should give?
How much dust?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use the fairy dust as a means to be able to interact with the fairy, so that way it can drop you an item. So I'm trying to figure out. So what I'm thinking is that maybe every thinking like every 5 fairy dust, maybe you can get an item.
Yeah, that sounds
Alright.
fine.
So every 5 fairy dust, you can get items. So then it could run. So there you say between 2 to 10, maybe it could drop, or maybe 1 to 10. So like every time you use a fairy dust, you have a random chance between 1 and 10. Well, to drop between 1 to 10 fairy. Well, give you 1 to 10 fairy dust. God, English is hard. Yeah, that sounds good, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So let's test that out. I had to do the trigger. It's triggers, right? Did I do that wrong? Isn't it not triggers? Is it trigger? Huh? Am I dumb? I might be. No, I have this set up correctly. What the hell? Oh, wait, no. It's because I have the wrong thing. It's alt click. There we go. So I should have it also send a message as well. How would I do that, Brian? Let's see. Effects. Let's... think that's what I'm looking for. I've opened up so many pages. Jesus, I need to start closing up some of these. ABCDFGH again, cure SSSEND message. Right, there we go. I should just have message. You have received value fairy dust. And I won't give one. Yeah, we're gonna put the value because I wouldn't be able to know the value. So I'll just say you have received fairy dust. Equal items reload. Right, there we go. So now if I take fairy dust. Hey, there we go. So now if I do FD. Okay, let's reload the server. Oh no, restart. Because I think these eco bits things is always be so weird and I don't know why. Alright. We're doing good so far. So now while this is restarting, can make it so that you have to pay a price for this now. So when configuring an effect, I know that there is a how do you call it? There's an argument that you can put for price, so we can use that. Where is it? I know it's here. Cost. Nah, not cost. Not magic cost. Ah, it's its price. Oh, thank God. Args price value type display. Do I need to display? I think I need display, right? Oh, excuse me. Right, so I'm taking out this condition. In the args, I'll put price, I think it was. Yeah, price. Value. We said 5.
Yeah.
Right, fairy dust. Good. Right. No, get rid of that suggestion. Right, there we go. So every 5 fairy dust, you'll be able to get a random weighted item. We could think of the lesser items afterwards. But let me just make sure that this works. Alright, cool. /fd. Okay, equal bits. That's funny. I need to round off the numbers. So I now checked my so I just checked to see how much I have. And it's like, you have 47 point blank blah 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 amount. I was like, oh, I should round the number. That would be a good idea. Basically, they literally gave me a random number between 2 and 10. So let me see. Let me right click this and check the balance. Yeah, they're literally giving me a random number between 2 and 10. So it could be like 2.xyz. So I need to round that number. So round. Random. There we go. So equal items reload. Right, good. Equal bits. Right, good. Fairy dust. Right, I have 4 fairy dust. And now I have 18. Good. Now, let's spawn a little dude.
You mean Natty?
No, not Natty. Right click. Right click. Right click. Right click. Right click. No, it's not working.
So you didn't
It's not
spawn me.
working.
He's
No, I
not
didn't
the little
spawn you,
guy?
unfortunately. No, he's not the little
You
dude.
didn't Damn.
I'm sorry, Natty. You're not the
Sorry,
little
Natty.
dude, bro. I'm sorry.
You're not the dude he was looking for.
Feel.
Is it though? Is it
Also, this is not a drill. Joji's dropping tonight. Maybe tonight. Tomorrow.
Ooh. Georgie.
Joji.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who Georgie is?
Do you know me?
Blasphemy.
She raised a fair
Do
point,
you know
though.
me?
She raised a
Blasphemy.
fair point. Alright, so where's
No,
my
the only
kill
Joe
on?
I know is Joe Mama.
Oh!
Waiting for you.
Yeah, where's that Joe me?
Joji.
Joji.
Is that Joe you?
Georgie.
Like Georgie?
Yes, Becca, like
Oh my
Georgie.
god, bro. Oh my god, Becca. Becca, the man who slings sword dancing in the dark, yo.
Oh, I definitely have no idea who you're speaking about.
Oh my god, dog. Oh my
Slow
god,
dancing
Becca.
in the
So
dark.
funny.
Yes.
Sound like a hazard on this thing.
Do I
Sing
need the
that.
message
That what you
too?
sing.
Dancing in the starlight.
No, that one.
Why he moaning in my ears? Is that what you're into?
Who's your?
You know him too, so
Yeah, I know him. Cause he used to be Pink Guy on YouTube. I'm sure you know Pink Guy.
No, she doesn't. Don't even.
I
Yeah,
know
Don't
you know him.
Frank.
even.
That works. Yeah,
Yes,
that works
yeah,
too.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
works
works
too.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
That's him. Yeah, that's
Is
him.
that guy?
Is him?
Yeah,
As in
It's
the
him.
guy who went batshit insane?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did hear he was doing music. I just never knew his name.
Well, if you
You
didn't know,
hear
now
the
you know.
music before somewhere. You know now.
No, I never heard his music before. I just knew he was doing music.
Nah, you hear him before the telling you.
I have never heard the song before.
You hear his music before. You ain't hear that song. They hear his music before
Then
telling you.
send me a song I gonna know.
It have a lot. It
Is
had
this
this
not
one.
this man literally have like 1 billion views on this and I've never heard it before.
Had that one. Had that one. Had that
Sounds very
one.
low-fi.
Lo-fi, yeah.
Okay, glimpse of us I know. That's the first one you should
Right.
have sent, honestly. That's the first
Them
one
so,
you should have
slow
sent.
dancing. Slow dancing in the dark was the first one. That was the most.
Nah, I don't care about that song. That song is garbage. But you see, glimpse
That's
of us.
crazy.
This one is nice.
Right. Why is the fairy not working? Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that.
You want to
But
drop an item
everything-
for me? Hey, where you going? Come back here. You rat bastard. Come back here.
Yeah, that song I like. Yeah,
Hey, no, no. It's a paid price for some
let me
reason.
just add
Something wrong
this
with me,
to
no?
my-
Something wrong with me, no? Hold
Come
there,
on.
listen to this one hopeless romantic playlist, dog.
Brother, are you okay?
No.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
I can tell you I'm not okay.
It green?
Maybe.
I'll come check it.
Also be wary of when it'll updating.
Updates on all Windows.
Yeah.
I haven't updated my Windows in a while.
Yeah, don't update it too quick because what going on is that when it is updated right now, it fuck it up heavy.
The last update was fucking up people SSDs, so I no chance I'm gonna update anytime soon anyways.
Correct.
Why is this price not working? Did I put the price in the wrong place? No, the price is in the right place. It's supposed to be under AUX, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be under AUX. Why is this not? Why does no work? Why you no work? Hold on. Let me cook, chat. Let me cook. Also, hello to those of you all who are watching on YouTube. Sorry, I know. Why the messages are not coming up on this thing, though? Sometimes this thing just be so weird. Or is it that it just never came up? Oh, it just never came through. That's weird. Okay. All right. Thanks, Zach. Think. So you have it dropping the weighted random item. And it's you are supposed to have a certain amount of a currency in order for it to work. which you have listed here. You listed it as fairy dust. Fairy hearts is fine. I can close that one off.
Yo, the citizen
Hello.
banking question.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What is a credit memo?
A credit memo? I don't think that's specifically
Yeah.
a FCB thing.
Okay.
That's a credit
The
memo.
question still stands.
A credit memo, according to Google, or a credit note is a document a seller issues to a buyer to reduce the amount owed on a previous invoice. It serves as an official record that the customer has an outstanding credit to their account, which can be used for future
This is not
purchases,
helpful.
applied to the refund, or used to offset other charges. So basically, it's like you saying, like, hey, I owe you for this. And like you're just saying, like, I owe you for this still, but I'm paying this amount off. It sounds like.
Okay. Somebody transferred money and the money came back to them and they call it a credit memo.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's what they named it as.
I don't know then. Don't ask me, I was not expert in this field.
Melissa might know.
Yeah, probably.
That's weird.
Melissa smart, Melissa no.
I agree.
That's where I'll find a glimpse of us.
Jesus
the fuck?
Christ.
She just give my idea. She give my idea. I go and do
good
it.
Lord.
I go and do it.
You're
We're going
welcome.
on. I go and relate to Raul, and we have mischief to make.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Make sure your mischief is managed. Reference that nobody here gets.
Woo!
No.
Okay.
I love you. If I don't know who I am.
So if I go back into you,
You really
into
spend like an hour doing one thing.
welcome to my life.
Yes. Next question.
No. It might take an hour to answering that question.
26.3.
It seems like a lot of work. I'm not cut out for coding.
This is not coding, that's the sad part.
I'm not cut out for silvering.
Eco items. Reload. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. So that works. So that at least now you can see the total amount of fairy dust you have after you activate the item. So you'll get an idea of how much you got from it. Cool. I'm lowering this amount from 1 to 10 to 1 to 5. Yeah.
70.3.
Alright, so fairy hearts works and all. It's just for me to figure out why the flippin' hell does the fairy not interact with the price.
Golden.
He did that too?
No, he didn't do that.
Okay.
That just me being a hopeless romantic, apparently.
Oh, cute. What is the address?
RP silver. Not really RP, just more like not based either. God, English is hard. We're gonna do magic things. Yeah.
We got more Cobia.
Hey Trinity Joshua, welcome to the stream, man. What's up? Also, how are you doing, by the way, Faye? How's life treating you? How the wife and kids? Let me see.
Ferial is here.
Hmm?
Come on!
Leave me alone. I don't ish. Oh
Leave me
gosh.
alone.
Leave me alone. Thought I heard my door.
So like on the dog, mess up on
This is eco mobs. All right, let's try this again and see. All right, I'm sick. Oh no, you're sick. I hope you feel better. Hugs from me. Hug. All right. So let's spawn this stupid little bitch again. All right,
So
you.
mean.
I have enough money for you for this to work. So why don't you work? What was
Because
the
you call
first?
it stupid.
I see you looking at me, buddy. So the price required for you to use activities effect supports all known prices. So I have the price correct, I think. Let's see. I know I have the right price. Yeah, I do. Do I have this in the... I don't have this in the wrong place, as far as I can tell. Have fun. Becca, face it hi.
Ah.
So let's see. What if I just take this and put this into melee attack just to see if it would work? Oops. Right, and then Entai, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? No, not receiving. You gave the fairy. Let's not do percent sign value. We'll just do 5 fairy dust. Let's reload. This is so we could test to see if this thing works. Now, where did he fly off to? Where are you? I read all that. Yeah, don't worry. That's not for you to read. That you are here to witness this. Also, it's just not dropping the item. Wait, did it actually take my money? 130. Where are you? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Okay, so it's not taking it. For whatever reason. So this drop weighted item. Can I not use price with this? Is that it? I don't feel like that makes sense in my head. Yeah, the price required to use or activate this effect. Am I doing something fundamentally wrong here? Okay, it's supposed to be under args, which it is, I think. It is under args, right? There's a chance here is that for the example. So that means I have this set up correctly. It's just not taking it. Easier way to do this. I can just use the condition. So then I'll have, where is it? Pay price. ID. Pay price. Is the page going to load? All right, there we go. Hopefully, I shouldn't actually need to put a trigger for this. I just want into city dog. I guess sick from control. See, this is why town is the ghetto. This is why town is the ghetto, because why you walking through the rivers up all the Spain and getting sick? That's just ghetto, dog. That's just ghetto.
Your rain is poisonous.
I agree. Oh, what the ass? Did I press control S at some point? Probably. Oh no, it's because I was doing this on this side. Okay, let's try this again. But not dropping the item. I'm not taking more money either. What the hell?
He said your money's no good here.
Clearly.
Keep your money. I don't want your money. I got this
That-
just for you. Keep your money. There's nothing I won't do for you. I come true for you anytime. Just in
Okay, hold on.
time.
We put full screen this. Let's see.
Tell me I know the reason you brought here just to me.
Good. And I'll replace that with this. Excuse me, what? It just didn't post my shit. Wait, what? Oh hell no. Oh, I think, did I lose it? Okay, good. And then put that there. No, I paste it. There we go. All right, let's see. I tell somebody who I true. Dog, who tells somebody to throw out about today? Really didn't know how important it is. Dog, this is exactly why. As much as I could in life, I would love to just avoid porter speed personally. It's like porter speed sucks. Oh, did I not? Oh, I don't think I reloaded this shit just now. I'm not sure. But as much as I could, I avoid porter speed. I hate that place, dog. Up, it works. There we go. Why is it doing it multiple times though? Right. Okay, I got two. Okay, good. I get to it. Nice. Good. Everything is good to go. So now we just need to figure out the list of items to get. So you have you can craft a fairy's heart. Through crafting a fairy's heart, you can get fairy dust. And through using that fairy dust with a fairy, you can get random items from the fairy. So now we need to figure out what items you're gonna put in here. All right, Becca, you're back up to bat.
Hello.
Right, so let me pull up a list of items that I would guess you could consider rare in Minecraft. Let me see what y'all said. Real and true. I go on there, I'm walking in the morning, I was wake up, I leave my phone. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
There's a Digo, yeah?
This either had to be Dago, it had to be Salt. One of the two. I pray for you for real. Cause that shit is ghetto. Dog, nah. I'm not a praying man, but I hear stable prayers. Salt, yeah, that's worse. Now you.
I feel like I would
you
never
in my
be
non-existent
up early enough for
prayers.
South.
Say that again?
I feel like I'll never wake up early enough for South.
Honestly, facts. I just fight for that.
Oh, interesting.
Dog. I can't imagine being a salt person and walking Port of Spain. I would just say no. I'd rather move to another country than work Port of Spain at that point. But you know, shout out to you, you're making your bag. Unlike me, because I have no job. So shout out to you. Big up you and your whole crew. Oh, boy. I just thinking about it. Oh my god. Alright, Becca. Let's think of some items that we could drop from our little fairy. It's best to dead to work than walk sometimes real. Real and true. Actually real and true. Laters. Boy. Alright, Becca. So, there are different types of items in Minecraft, as you know. There are different ores. There are regular blocks, wood, etc., etc. So, do we want the fairy to just give general high value items, or we just want to make it like it could drop or like what are we thinking?
Or.
I knew you was gonna say that, you know.
You've been saying it a lot. I had to say it. This is a percentage. Is it a
Uh,
guaranteed drop, but of different percentage
so
likelihood
essentially,
of
yeah. So
item?
once you pay the dust to the fairy, you are guaranteed an item, but the items have weight. So essentially, let me say I have 3 items in the list. So I have ancient debris, 1 diamond, and 2 diamonds for a total weight of 10. So 2 out of 10 times ancient debris will drop. 5 out of 10 times 1 diamond will drop, and 3 out of 10 times 2 diamonds will drop. So you can literally do it like that. And we could also make it so that like different amounts could have like its own weight and stuff like that. But I think the weight has to be between it has to be like a whole number. Yeah, based off of what they use in the example, the weight has to be a whole number.
Okay. So do we want it to drop rare or just not
I mean,
that?
we can make it a good mix of items.
Okay. What? Okay, okay, one thing at a time.
We also have to think about
We
the
want
fairy
this.
king thing as well. So like maybe it can make it drop a spawn egg for the fairy king boss.
That's true.
So we can make that like a weight of 1 and just leave that there, and that will like be one of
Yes.
the rare drops.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let me see. Fairy
And what else?
kings.
Well, I'm not too sure like what else would be in it, but how
Well, we
how
already have
often
diamonds
does
here.
fairies spawn in general?
So right now I have the fairies to spawn. Hold on, I need to pull back up the spawning category. So I have the fairies to spawn and a 0.01% chance.
What
That
does
can
that mean?
adjust. So basically 0.01% of the time, once the conditions are favorable for the fairy to spawn, it will spawn.
Yeah.
So it's a rare
What
mob.
does
It's
that?
a rare
How
mob.
often? Like how rare? Like are we
Very.
gonna see it still often, or it's like
Nah, it's not gonna
a
be
shiny Mew
often.
kind of thing?
Yes, think like not shiny Mew. Think just like a regular shiny Pokemon. I would say. What is? Hold on. Now I need to
Okay.
do the math on that actually. 1 out of 81, 92, star 100. Yeah, about the old odds of finding a shiny Pokemon, which is about
Oh, in the
0.01%.
game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
the actual.
terrible. Oh, then yeah, that's that's fine. Then it
I
should
can
drop
raise the
rare
number
items.
though. Yeah, I could raise the spawn rates, but this is supposed to be like a maybe you're just like out adventure and you just see like this little blue thing flying around. It's like, wait, that shouldn't be.
Yeah, there's like a
And
side quest, a side adventure that you happen
yeah,
upon. So it's
yeah,
like, oh
true.
my god, you're one of the lucky few, kind of thing. So yeah, rare
Yeah, you've been
items makes sense
blessed.
after this. Yeah,
Is it again?
I say yeah, rare items.
Rare items. Okay, so diamonds will definitely be on that list. Well, hold on, I just renewed this. Hell yeah! Right. So we have it. We have diamonds, right? So we can make it so that for 5 dust, maybe you could get. I feel like as a baseline, nah, lie. I was not gonna say as a baseline, you should be able to get back the amount of dust that you take to make a fairy's heart in the first place. Actually, I should probably lower this number anyways. Because this is 2.5 stacks to make 1 by. Okay. I think. I want to make this something that's weighted. I have a better idea. How about I make it so that the fairy could drop its own armor set or like its own set of tools, and that would be like very
What that?
strong tools, you know?
Okay, fairy
Yeah,
fairy tool. That sounds
like
fun.
a fairy set. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fairy.
So instead of all that, just tools.
Yeah. So just
What does
like
the
its own set of things. So
yeah?
let me say, like a fairy helmet. So you have the fairy king spawn egg. We have the fairy helmet, fairy chest plate, fairy leggings, fairy boots. Maybe like a
Leggings.
fairy leggings. Yes.
What?
Yeah. So that's the
Does that
4
help
pieces of
in
armor.
winter?
Huh? Listen, that's just what it's called in the game, right?
So weird.
Alright, so we can make this more common. We'll give this like a weight of 3, maybe. Well, we probably like a weight of 3 for each individual item. Separates on the list. Or do we want, and then, okay, hold on. I'll make it so that you can get each individual item more commonly, but then very rarely can you just get the full set. So it will be less rare than the egg, but more rare than each individual item. Yeah, Fairy King's armor, sword, and tools. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So fairy, chest, boots, legs. This will be 4. So that way it will be higher. I dropped what's on the ground, didn't I?
I dropped me on the ground. I'm dead
You
now.
dropped what on the ground?
Me.
Bruh. Fairy sword. Let me see. Axe.
Oh my god, you have an ad break.
It's sword, axe, shovel, hoe, and is that all the tools? I think that's all the tools.
Sword and shield.
A fairy shield? What would a fairy shield do? Oh, pickaxe. I forgot pickaxe.
Oh, that could be a real thing, a shield.
I mean, the shield exists in Minecraft, so we could make a fairy shield.
Nah.
Alright, cool.
I mean, it could. The holes kept dropping or like 1 items from each.
So I have it set right now. Well, the idea that I have written down right now is that you could get again, Fairy King spawn egg is the rarest thing that you can get. You can get a full set of the armor, like just under the rarity of the spawn egg. Under that, you can get each individual item, like more commonly, and you can get each tool more commonly. In fact, fairy set could be everything. Everything. So everything at 2. Then we do fairy armor sets. Armor sets at fairy armor sets at 3. Then you have each individual. Well, no, fairy armor set, fairy tool sets at 3 as well. Fairy weapon sets at 3 as well. And then we get each individual item at like a higher number, like 6. Or maybe like 9 or something along those lines. Some like number that makes it that you're more than likely to get each individual item than you are to get a set. And then again, more rare than getting everything, and then more rare than getting the spawn egg. Make sense? Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. So set this to 0.
My bad, my brain was saying, what if there's a chance for nothing?
I don't think I can set it to give nothing, unfortunately. Just air. I mean, technically, I wonder if I can make it drop air, boy. We so like just more commonly
make it just drop a block of dirt.
dirt. Somebody gonna cuss. I know somebody gonna be like they go through the trouble of getting 2.5 stacks of diamond for the chance to get enough dust, and they might not get enough dust because it's 1 to 5 dust, and so they might have to make more. And then when they get enough dust, they find a fairy which done rare to find, only for that bitch to drop the. I know somebody will crash out. I know for a fact somebody going to crash out.
But that song's so entertaining.
It sounds so entertaining.
I could picture Zane crashing out. I could see him crashing out.
It's like you go on this long, arduous journey to get all of this stuff, all for you to get dirt. I would fight God.
Yeah, that was so funny though. I don't play Minecraft, so this is just entertaining to me.
Alright, so
But
then now
people have direct access to just come and cuss you and be like, who thought this is a good idea?
real, no real. It's like who did this? I could imagine the crash out. The crash out would be a thing up like for the ages.
No, would be amazing though. I regret nothing.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Listen, it better than the first idea was just a bomb.
Just drop a bomb on the head. Ed. Alright. Let me see. There should be a way for me to be okay. So yes. I'm just looking at like some of the things that they have. Excuse me. For the armor sets I'd already have in the default now, so I could see what I could do. Okay, so I see you have to individually set up each item. Yeah, and then you have the set bonus. The set bonus would be what it gives when you have the full set on. Okay, so that'd be the effects above it. Okay. So what's the set bonus of this one? You get 10 bonus health. You deal less damage. You have permanent regeneration once you have the armor on. And then you have advanced effects, which would be effects that you have when you make the armor set advanced. That's insane to think about, dog. Jesus. That's what I was saying. Oh, so you have to define them both times. Okay. Or is it that it adds it? Okay, so I guess one would if you want to overwrite what's there before, you can. Some of these things sets up real weird, dog. Alright, so the Fairy King's armor set. The first set of armor gives you strength and visibility. No, you're asking for too much. You can get mana regen on like with the full like Fairy King set. I feel like it's a good place to start. So I see Shadow here. It was like the full set of Fairy King's armor can give you strength and visibility, faster mana regen, but you need a full set to get the effects. So you already need the full set to get the effects. But even the sets that I have here are not that busted. I think faster mana regen on base could work. But then I think like invisibility doesn't make sense because you have to have the armor on and you will see the armor through the invisibility anyways. So what I am thinking, I'm thinking just let's make new fairy.yml. So this is for the fairy armor set. Let's copy the example, paste it into it. Let me take out all of the effects.
Breaking news. Bridgerton Part 1 and 2, January 29, February 26. Netflix needs to stop breaking up a series. I am less likely to watch it when it's broken up.
That sounds like a you problem.
I'm gonna kick you when I see you.
Right, so now I have the helmets here. Can you put, okay, so you can put the durability, and you can you put how much armor it gives? Or I guess that would just be depending on which helmets you decide to use. Okay. And then we'll make it so that, well, I guess we'll just make it so that each item is not craftable. Okay, so effects. Let's go back to effects. Is there a mana regen effect? Let's see. Or like a magic effect. Let's see. Magic regen multiplier. There we go. Right, so yeah, we can add a magic regen multiplier onto the armor set. That's good. Let me control Z all the stuff that it pulls. Alright, so magic regen multiplier for mana. We don't need a trigger for this, it's just once you have it on. So that's 1.5. I think 1.25 for the base. 1.5 for the base, and then 2 for the advanced set. Or maybe even 2.5. We'll solve it 2 for now. Right. Advanced bonus. Gradients, advanced bonus. It's 100%. Requires full set to be worn. Advancement shard for fairy. Drop onto fairy armor. Don't care about the permissions. And then your recipe would just be each thing. So yeah, fairy, 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 fairy. Alright, fairy helmets. Should I make it a leather helmet? We'll leave it as a leather helmet. Same durability. Reaper set bonus. Regenerates. This will be 50% more mana. Requires full set to be worn. Tear? Wait, what tear? Where the tear is at? I think, is that lower? It might be lower then. Craftable, false. Sometimes you can leave the recipe here. Oops, 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 oops. Blank. Default tier defaults. Oh, there are tiers here. Oh, okay. Oh, and then you could upgrade them using these things. Oh, okay. I'm understanding it now. I'm getting it, Dad. Getting it. Don't die.
Wait, who's that?
It's. Wouldn't you want to know?
I think you would want to know more than me.
What color should we make the fairy armor? Should we just make it like a generic, like pink, or what are you thinking? Any ideas? Or you want to make it blue like the LA? Or, well, I mean, since we might be changing the model, I think it would make more sense to make it pink.
Whatever the model is.
Yeah, since we're changing the model of the LA, we're not using the model of the LA, hopefully, for when we actually do the fairy later on. So that's why I'm asking you for the armor set. What color? Because we're gonna use leather armor since we could dye that a color. What color should we set the armor to?
Fairy colored.
Yeah, what is fairy colored to you?
I don't know, earthy.
So just remember, we could mix and match. So we could do like a pink helmet and a pink pants, and we could do like a green top and a green boots if you want to do it like that.
That sounds like very mixed up colors. That doesn't go well together. How about green and brown?
What do you mean? I feel like pink and green doesn't go good together. Like I feel like pink and green like would go well together. And you have to get a darker green for sure, but pink and green.
What pink and what green?
Maybe like
something like sapphire. Sure.
Is it sapphire blue?
No.
What? Did Pokemon lie to me?
Starfire?
Oh, Starfire! I thought you said sapphire.
Yeah, it probably did sound like that and said like that. That's my bad.
Pink. And there's just Starfire pink and forest green. You know, that didn't make sense.
Little hints of green in it is nice. Well, she's more like purple.
Well, she wears purple and her hair is pink.
Yeah, well, in the cartoon, yeah. Damn, she's just a fine, curly redhead boy. So beautiful. I mean, yeah, we can make people look like Starfire.
Bruh.
Could just
Like, if we get a pink helmet, purple chest plates, and leggings, and maybe just like grey boots for the fun of it.
Yeah, why not?
That would be funny. Do I want to do a fairy elytra?
Fire.
You know what? Yeah, might as well for the people who want to fly. Fly. Da 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 da. Wah, wah.
Up, here we go. Go.
Right.
Why didn't they have this version in Teen Titans? Curly hair Sapphire is so nice.
You mean the one from like the Titan show? And I just remember that Titan show
I don't
existed,
talk about who. Yeah, I don't talk about her. I mean from like the comics.
He's like,
Like how they
that
used
show
to
does not
draw.
exist.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I just hear blanks every time you speak.
Right, cool. So that should be the whole thing done. Right, so now if I do eco armor reload. Right. Up, what the fuck broke? Okay. So eco armor give King DZX set fairy full. Do I need this last part? I don't think so. Alright, there we go. It didn't give me my booties. That's because my inventory is full. Yeah, I need to clear my inventory. I have rail shit in here from when I was testing. Right, let's try that again. Right, yep. So I got all of the items. So right, so alright, good. So fairy set bonus, regenerate 50% more mana, blah blah blah. Alright, cool. That's good. So we have the set running. Now we just need to customize it so that way it doesn't just look like I just ripped off another thing. Right, advanced bonus. How do I have to get a shot for that? I mean, I guess I could just make it drop the shot too, right? Sure. Good chest piece.
And I solve that mystery.
Alright, let's go back to you and let's look at the equal armor so that way I can see how do I actually get these things. Right. Eco armor. Also make an armor set. Oh my eyes.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Ah, there we go. Eco armor give player crystal. Let's see. No, not crystal. What am I looking for? Oh, shard. There we go. Shard. Where's my screen? Wait, which button is it? Ah, there we go. Right, advancement shard. Drop this onto fairy armor to make it advanced. Nice. So I guess that would mean. How do I? It just says drop it onto it. Do I have to be in GMS? Oh, there we go. Advanced bonus. Oh, so I have to do this for each. Wow, that's a pitch and a half. Either way. Right, so at least I know now what it looks like. So fairy set bonus. So
Wow,
let's
9:30.
Huh? That's the time already, dog?
Yeah, boy. What the hell, though?
Alright, so let's think of what colors do we want to associate? Like pick two colors, right, Becca? What two colors do we want to be associated with the fairy set?
You want pink as one of them?
I think pink would go well, yes.
The pink. Let's go with pink. I guess you could do pink and purple.
Purple. Okay, purple works. So are we looking for a hot pink, darker pink, like a royal purple? Like what are we looking at here? So we need hex codes now.
Really? Ugh. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not woman enough for this.
Becca's a fake woman, confirmed. You all heard it here first.
Ah.
Huh?
Okay. I'm just gonna send you one and you will accept it.
Okay, where you sending it to me?
What's up? Booyah, forward. Yeah, that one. I liked that one.
I liked this one. Oh, these two colors?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, advanced law. So let's go with. So we go in pink first and purple, or purple then pink?
It doesn't matter.
You're right, it doesn't matter. I'll do pink first.
Pink.
Alright.
Pink.
And
Pink.
then purple
Pink.
is. What?
Link.
Becca, stop saying it. Can this auto thing? Right, there we go. So that's the shard and the law. And I guess we could do the pink helmet and boots and purple chest plate and leggings. Yeah? I'll take it as a yes. So that's this. Yeah. Oh no, the suggestion was right there. Right, you. And then. No, I'm not doing that for you. I'm doing this one here. Chest plates. I'm also doing this. Alright, good. So before I continue on, fairy set bonus. Fairy helmet, so that's the. On advance would be. Can this auto fill? No. Good. I know there's a way for me to get like the color here. I'll do that after. Now let's fix these.
Robert, it's pissing me off.
His brother, okay. He just came out of woodworks.
Robert, it's pissing me off.
Brother, are you okay?
No.
Understandable.
Oh yeah, you see
Have a
why
nice
today
day.
to Dragon Seller was going on in the VR chat, dog?
No. I didn't.
With that
I
tall
haven't like
ass
looked at my
cockroach looking
Instagram.
ass thing, dog.
What?
My
Oh,
Instagram and
that's.
TikTok.
Oh, that's. Yes, I did see that. Alright, hold on.
Robert, it's pissing me off.
Oh my god. If it's forcing me to have the recipe to not have this break, I hope that's not what's going on, you know. There's a warning. Doesn't matter. So that's the color for the helmet. Is the advanced name. I kind of want. I need mini message. Yeah, I think so. What? Right, there we go.
Until I figure out what the hell I'm making with the ham. You know, big stuff. Big stuff.
Ah, there's a wiki. Nope, that's not the wiki I'm looking for. You're what I'm looking for.
Then you can eat that with some
And I need the documentation. Thank you.
chow and bread.
Wait, what?
Make a ham sandwich. Till I figure out what
Oh, okay, that's changed. Okay. Right, I got the color with the code. Right, cool. That's what I was looking for. But I want to do I want to do gradient for the regular helmet, or do I want? Actually, no, I'll just do the pink color.
just because.
So if I do color, yeah, there we go. I don't think I need a closing tag, do I? Yeah, I don't need a closing tag. Since it's just going, well, actually, just in case. Same for you. Yep. Actually, yeah, I like that. Take the color of the actual item. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'll come down to the name for this one and then yeah, and then same thing for you. Yeah. Nice. Anything else that I think I need to change? I don't think so.
Well, go on.
I just finished coloring the thingamabobbers. So
Within the lines?
yeah, within the lines.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going
Hey,
to
Natty, yes.
yes, Natty is there. Right. Good.
Wait,
So we
what
have
happened
a
to me?
son of a bitch. Why didn't that work? Is this not using mini
Right.
message? It should be. Well, let me give myself the shard just to test that. And then I can go back to fixing it. Right, so the pink to purple looks good. So that's fine.
Oh, that does look good.
So now I just need to fix the names of the stuff. Since they're still kinda mucked up. Fairy set bonus I need to fix. I also need to fix the something else. I have the advanced bonus. That's above, right? Advanced bonus. Actually, I can leave that as is. So now let me figure out why color didn't work here. Do I need the hashtag? Did I not put the hashtag when I did that? I didn't. Okay, that explains a lot. Where's gradients? Okay. Oops. Whoops. Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. Hashtag there. Reload the armor. Oh, yep, that fixed it. Nice. There we go. I also want to do the same thing for the advance. I wonder if I could do the same colors thing here. I should be able to. I'm getting real deep into this just for some words, you know, now I think about it. Right, let me close off all the things that I'm not touching. So I'm not touching, not touching, I'm not touching you. Advanced law. So that should be gray.
Did we take this too far?
Potentially, but that's life. I want to do a gradient for this too.
But this one thing was just the whole stream.
Yep. Welcome to my world.
My God.
You thought I was joking. That's why this shit is taking long.
This was 2 hours for one
Yup.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Isn't it beautiful?
No. You need a team.
That's why Zeno's supposed to be helping me. But he's a rat bastard that decided to go to Canada.
Yeah, he's a rat bastard who decided I'm gonna educate Kai myself.
Exactly. Why are you deciding to educate yourself?
And
Like why edumitate?
then we have all these people who's like, when's the server coming? When you gonna write it? That's when. Shame on you all. Shame.
Robert. This tree is pissing me off.
You have a tree
I
named
mean,
Robert.
Natty is not okay, y'all.
What's going on with Nathias?
I could do. And this bold, right? Yeah, this is bold. That's right. Wait, no, it's not. Is it bold? Hold on.
Nathias Prime. Are you okay, dude?
No.
Is
That's
he ever
expected.
okay?
Bubba right now.
Yeah, yeah. No, is he ever okay? That's the first question you should ask yourself. Right, Ellis
That was
bold.
my mistake. I should have phrased it differently.
Right, I should be able to do bold with mini message. Right, B. Yeah, there we go. So I could do
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
yes, this is fine. Yes, good. So now I come down here. How much oil, Natty oil right now? Hey, welcome back, boy Zane, boy. You go live long, boy. No, you not Zane finishing this work and immediately loading up the through. That's insane work. Also, Joshua, how you
Zane,
going, man?
bro. You have a problem.
He does have a
But
problem.
that's okay. You could share us. Share the addiction with us. That's what I meant. By coming and help Zach do the silver thing. Because I gave one suggestion and it took 2 hours. I am sorry.
Don't be sorry. The idea that you gave was a very good idea.
Yeah,
And it
I don't
just
know if I could. But I love gambling.
Yeah, we remember.
Thank you.
Let's go gambling. Ooh, right, good. So that should
This
fix
is why our
this.
gracious Prime Minister is going to raise the age for people like you.
Who's up?
Anti-cams.
Our
Right,
resident
good,
gambler.
done. Right, idea like that. Let's come back from my walk. Oh yeah, I see you started doing walks on an evening. How that going for you? Alright. The fairy armor is done. Alright, now I just need to cast a shit ton of spells. I don't think I have any spells that actually work with the mana right now because I
Is that
disabled
how it
all of them.
looks?
Yeah, so this is how it looks in game. I have the
Oh, okay.
and with it entirely being equipped, it would have it will give me
Okay.
it would regenerate
Bias
50% more mana.
question. If I join
Alright.
the game, could you just give me the fairy armor?
The answer to that question is no, Becca. You
What
can't
the
have
fuck,
that.
Becca? I thought I said
Like-
like, what the fuck, Becca?
I just want the armor so I can make my skin orange and pretend to be Starfire.
You could just get an orange
He
skin.
was a fairy.
Yeah, no, but then I need the fairy suits.
You,
Her skin is
okay,
orange,
you know what?
but her clothes are purple.
I agree, Becca. You're so right.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh my
I don't know
god.
what you thought was gonna happen here, Zane.
Oh my god. You know what? You're right.
you
You're so
honestly, you
right.
really just walk into it.
Sis,
I'm
you're right, fam.
dying, you know. Oh my
Right.
god. Alright, cool. So that's the armor set done. Right? Armor set done. Let me just reload one more time. Cool. So that way I could just fix the text. Nice. And that should be a gradient. The gradient is very subtle, but I like that. It's not bad. So
Or did you make like an armor set?
yeah, so I just made an armor set. And we were supposed to still make tools and everything like that, but we will forego the tools right now. So now we go back to the fairy that we were originally doing, and now we can make it so that it could drop the set as a weight. So if we do eco armor colon, is it? Let me see how do you actually call the item to drop. Oh, I think about it. Let's see. It's not here.
Like,
I just want to figure out how to make it like drop it. Like, how do I actually give it to get to sing? So, not detail. It's not that. Okay, so it just tells me nothing. All right, cool. So I'm on my own. So let's see. Equal armor give the. See, I don't think it's that. I think I'm thinking with my brain right now. I think if I go into you. Here it is. Equal armor set set underscore slot. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I'm looking for the fairy helmets and everything like that. It's cool. So back to here. Equal armor fairy helmet. Yeah, there we go. All right, we getting there. So we're saying that we could do each individual armor piece on like a weight of 6. Chest plates, fairy leggings. Oops, what just happened? Oh, I just minimized the thing. All right, so this could go to 6. This could also go to 6. Not 36. Not 36. We're going to 6. The number 6. All right, there we go. And then
6, 7. I just spent 2 on a highway.
every day, Zane, you disappoint me a little bit more.
Thanks. My parents tell me that all the time.
So now if I want to do items, right, and then we do, just make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, items, and then we put each individual thing in here. So that'll be this. Chest plates, leggings, fairy boots, with the weight being, like I said, that's just 3 in the document. Yeah, armor set 3. Good. So that's each individual armor piece at 6, and then the entire thing at 3. So that'll be 6, 12, 24, 27 in total. Excuse me. Do I want the, and I could probably put the elytra to also be 3. Item.
My God, you useless.
You sound like you're having a fun time. ELYTRA with a weight of 3. Right. Okay. That's just the start. So we have the helmet, the armor set. Cool. And I should also add in dude for 10 just for the fun of it. Zayn, imagine you spent all this time trying to make fairy dust and everything like that, only for you to find a fairy after months and days of looking for it, only for it to drop you 10, dude. How would you feel?
I would
crying.
personally message you. I'm not gonna lie.
I told you that would happen.
He would find me and be like, listen, hey, you piece of
Personally.
shit.
He will dox your ass.
I'm personally killing you. Like I'm personally putting you on the block.
And the list.
If I told you I came up with it,
I would be disappointed and not surprised.
I feel like that's a valid answer, dog.
honestly.
Sometimes
get it
I
full
can
set?
you say things and I just have to go, yeah, that sounds like something she'd say.
I was like, what if it just dropped nothing? What if one of these answers just to drop nada?
Alright, good news. It does work. But I mean, with the current weight and that right now, you're more likely to get a piece of armor over like the dude, since the dude is just 10. You know? But still, at least it works. It's dropping these sets. Like these set pieces. I need to clear my fucking inventory. Hold on. What do I want to keep from here? It had one to use that was really good. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Clear inventory. Wait, did I? Okay, then take my shit too. Right, so that we really did take like the entire stream just to do this one thing. And we technically didn't even finish, honestly, which is the funny thing.
Really?
Yeah, no, because we still have to do the tools and
Oh yeah.
we didn't do the tools, but other than that, the mob itself does work and it does spawn in the world without any issue. So we don't have to worry about that. It is implemented and it does work. And the armor works. Well, I didn't actually test the armor to see if it actually does work. I'd have to like spam a spell that I know actually takes mana to see if it works. But too late to do that, so I'm gonna assume that it works. Which is bad as a programmer, but I don't care. Yeah, I think everything is good. Huh?
That's the programmer's gambit. Don't test. Just hope.
Just hope real, dog. Let me see, is there a plugin to combine an Elytra and a chest plate? There probably is, but I would not be putting that on the server. Make your choice. I mean, I think you can give the Elytra. Well, it had the durability on the Elytra. I don't think it would give you armor itself, but I feel like that's one of those things that's like, if you want to fly, fly. Like, just pray that the rest of your armor like carries you. Oh, she's just singing. Right, so
no.
Do I want to do the tools now? And if so, if I do the tools, what would the tools even do? You know? Like, what would be the benefits of having like a fairy pickaxe? Or something, you know?
You're asking the wrong question. You're asking me the wrong question. But yeah.
Yeah. We don't need Fairy King tools, only the sword. I feel like that's fair. Okay, so if we were to do the sword, what would the sword be like? I think I should be able to do this. Yeah, I could just do a regular eco item and just have it be the sword. What would the sword, Fairy King sword? Yeah. What would this sword have? Okay, on holding it have mana regen. That makes sense. I mean, that's the baseline of the kits. It would be less because you would just need to hold the sword alone in order for it to activate. Although I could make it so that you have on the armor set for it to activate too. That is a condition that I could put on it. But I feel like that's evil at that point. Zane, you were gonna say something. I interrupted you. Sorry.
I was gonna say maybe have the fairy sword do something with regard to like keeping the person who's using it. I don't want to say alive per se, but having it work maybe with like, I don't know. I'm thinking about something like fairy related, like like flight or like illusionary stuff. It's really the only thing that comes to mind. But I think that might be a little too good.
Yeah, I like your idea though, Josh. A bow. I feel like a sword and a bow would be like the perfect like.
I
duo
think
there.
so. That's a great idea
Yeah.
for fairy related
What if
items.
could you make bow like arrows that don't miss?
Yeah, you can make homing
Like on
arrows.
some Hawkeye shit. I think that would
Yeah,
work really well for fairies.
You could literally just make homing arrows. There is a homing. There's a homing effect. Yeah. So with the plugins, there is a effect for homing. Makes projectiles hone onto the enemies. Whether it could be arrows or trident. Well, imagine a homing trident. That would be kind of crazy.
That sounds evil.
That
You just see a
sounds really
trident
funny.
just like flying in the direction, and you just see a curve. It's like, hey, yo.
What if we get wings from him?
Or we can make it so that the Elytra drops from the Fairy King instead of from the fairy itself.
That is a great idea.
That is a
That
great idea.
Yeah, that's
Instead
a
of the
great idea.
fairy dropping the Elytra, which is essentially like Minecraft's version of wings, we can make it so that the Fairy King will drop the Elytra.
Yeah.
The bow has poison and tracking. Nah, poison doesn't give me fairy. I would say maybe. I would say if you have the bow, it would it could take some of your mana to empower your attack. It's probably the easiest thing to do. I feel like that makes sense, yeah?
I like it.
You can do the
That's
same thing for
good.
the sword as well, honestly. Empower attack using
I like
mana.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
Costing. It'll have to be a high mana cost considering that when you have the item in your hand, that's it already given you mana regen. So maybe it could be a percentage of your total mana. Or in fact, a better idea. Maybe not damage, but maybe you can activate to increase your reach with the sword. I feel like that could be good. So like if the bow is going to have homing, which is essentially just like track it, then I think your sword should have extra reach instead of more damage. Thoughts?
I don't know. Not sure.
Mana regen 5%. It will probably be something like low like that here, considering again it's held and it's not like you need a full set to do it. So like 5% if you're holding, it would have to be in your, it could be in your main hand or your offhand in order for it to activate. So that way if you have both the bow and the sword in hand, then that way you could kind of double up on the effects if you wanted to regenerate more mana. Even better idea now that I think about it, maybe if depending on how much mana you have in total, you take a percentage of your current amount of mana, and based on that number, you get a certain like strength of the effect. For example, if you have 100 mana total, like, but let's say you like max out on mana, 100 out of 100, and you use it, it will take 50% of 100 it will take 50 mana, and through that it will kind of scale how much of the effect you get. And then now if you have like less mana when you use the effect, let's say you have 25 mana and you use it, it takes half of your 25, so it'll be 12.5, and it uses that value to give you the amount that it would do, you know? So with the bow, it could be how many blocks, like the distance that it would be tracking from, or for the sword it might be how much damage it can increase by, or something like that, or even if you show anything like that. So it's like a scaling weapon based on how much total mana you have, but also how much mana you currently have at the point in time. So the more total mana you have, if you use it at your total amount of mana, it will be a heftier price, but you will get more benefits from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the idea.
Yeah. I feel like Becca will brain log out when Zane come in the call, you know?
And she's like, Zane's
You
here.
start calling numbers and I have no idea what you're talking about.
Zane's here. No need to think.
Right, agree. I like that. So let me see how I'm going to do that now. So empower attacks costing mana, scales with mana used based on current mana. Okay, so that means you need to at least have 2 mana, I would say, or maybe even like, I want to make it so that, excuse me, maybe if it uses, I'm trying to think about this. How do I make this balanced? Is the next thing now. Because the reason why I don't want to put, the reason why I don't want to put it as straight damage is because if I put it as straight damage, when you scale with that mana cost, you will more than likely one-shot someone. And I feel like that's kind of broken in that case, you know? So, let me see. And the attack applies a status effect to enemy like weakness or bleed. Well, yeah, I saw that. So increase your speed, not damage. I mean, that could also work too. So that way you could just go back to 1.8 PvP and just slash. Maybe if... Okay, let me write out my thoughts. So, sword would increase range and speed by half of
Total.
mana taken. So if you have 100 mana and it takes 50, you get 25. See, that's the thing. These scalings are going to be
That's
dumb.
still a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the
Yes.
numbers after. We'll figure out the
I
numbers
would
after.
say, oh, that's cool because I don't know. That just seems like a fine number to me.
It's a cool number until like it's one of those like it's a cool number until you start thinking like the number could get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Can it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes, because remember, this is a fully scaling server where you have like stats that will affect you how your things work. So, I feel like I hear something moving. So Shadow, I see your idea. I already have an enchant for that. So I wouldn't put that on the bow. Because I feel like that will make it like a whole series of like
so this
the
is the bow.
items.
So wait, they get in a bow and a sword,
Yes, you can get a bow and a sword from this.
or and.
Or.
Okay.
Like you can't get both of them at the same time, but you could fight it and get one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So and then maybe one day bounce it up again.
We'll make this drop from the boss. I feel like if we can make the armor set drop from the regular fairy.
Yeah,
and then make the weaponry drop from the king.
I
Or
agree.
even better idea is like we can make it so that the armor set and those kinds of things drop from the boss, really and truly, as opposed to a regular
Given
fairy.
the armor. I agree with that as well.
Because I feel like the regular fairy could drop the spawn egg and
I
maybe
was
just
gonna say that they should have only get half armor.
like half of the armor set and you have to actually kill the boss to get the next half.
Yeah, that could work too. So one half of the set there. And then you could get the rest of the set and maybe a weapon, but not as overpowered as you're talking about right now.
Also, you can have like a fairy's sword, and then you have a fairy king's sword. That would be like a stronger version of the fairy sword.
No. Just like
Oh.
get them a helmet and a boots, and then they get the rest after they beat the king.
Oh well, yeah. That could also work too. Alright, so let's work on these items. Oh, my leg! Can you add resistance to the armor to the add resistance to the armor to the sword and bow attacks? As in, like the armor set itself also has like a damage multiplier against sword and bow attacks. Like that's what you mean, Josh? Let's see. I try to think about right item. Trying to figure out. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen like a bow implemented like in any of the base configs in this thing. So now I'm like wondering if it could do it.
I wonder if it can't.
Yeah, it's like my brain was like, wait, hold on. Have I ever seen a bow before in this bitch?
Technically, remember, bows and arrows are technically like two different things. So
Yes, but the bow is what would apply the effects in that. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Okay, it had tipped arrows, but the bow is just what shit I'm shooting it up. But the bow will determine how much damage that it would do because the bow is what would have power and flame and those kinds of things on it.
yeah. My blood should run over.
Let me see. I'm gonna search bow and see what, if anything, comes up here. Hey, Randall, what's up? Honestly, I have an armor that has magic resistance and destiny damage. Nah, I don't think that's unfortunately possibly. Okay, you can make bows with this. I'm now seeing people making like combing bows and stuff like that. Damn, somebody was in Japan was making stuff with this. Jeez. Oh yeah, these are the old configurations. Jesus Christ, what was bro doing here? Let's give it the effects. All right, cool. Let there will be the last thing that we do here is that we make the sword and bow and we close off for the night. Sound good, guys? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. New folder. Fairy. So now we in here we make a new file called fairy sword .yml, and then we'll make fairy bow.yml. Cool. So fairy sword. We make that iron sword. We just call that. We take the colors and switch this out to. Oh dear Lord, have mercy on my soul. Right, there we go. Fairy sword. We'll change the colors. Right, I'll like take out all of this and change it. Hi Next, good night man, what's up? Let's say the sword as the bleed status if I can armor be resistant to bleed. Armor isn't resistant to bleed because bleed is essentially like true damage essentially to the person. It's kind of similar to poison where the only difference I think between bleed and poison is that bleed can actually kill and poison can't. So that's like the difference. Similarly to wither can also kill as well. Yeah. What's going on in here? We are doing Minecraft stuff. We spent the entire stream tonight making a fairy. I shit you not, we spent 2.5 hours making a fairy, and that fairy devolved into madness. From this one fairy, we made a new currency that's fairy dust. We made a new item that gives you said fairy dust. We made an armor set, and we're making tools that the fairy can drop. And then we still have a boss to make that the fairy could drop the spawn egg for, that he can fight to get other things. We are doing a lot of stuff here, like a lot. Oh man, needs to change the colors for this. We've been at it for a while. Yeah, no, we've been going ham. We've been going ham.
07 video game.
Say that again?
I said 07 video game. I lost my Balatro run.
Sucks to suck, bro.
It actually went to anti 14, so it didn't suck. It doesn't suck.
Oh, okay.
You suck. Sorry, that was me.
Brother, you okay?
Also, not really. Also,
Oh.
I saw a thing today. Aliamen. So I saw a store today called Supermade, right? Hold up, King. Let me fucking send you this. Let me send you this this bomber jacket that I saw.
Alright, I'm hearing a dog barking at the side of my house.
Look, I see this shit. I was like, this is so hard. So here's what I'm gonna do. I recently found out that one of my One Piece cards is worth about $80.
Ooh.
And one of the other ones that I didn't want is worth about $15. So I'm gonna sell those two cards and buy this jacket because it's so fucking tough and I need it. So nobody could say that I spent my money poorly and used anybody else's money because I used it from my gambling problems. Shout out to
Alright.
gambling.
Okay, I had another big brain idea. So before I continue to y'all, let me go back to Twitch chat and see what's going on. Just know I want to be in it. Yeah, don't worry, the service will be open to everyone to join in. With prop for armor still less than how much damage you take, like it does for axes, bows, and swords, or they defend themselves from other magic attacks. Certain spells will deal true damage, other spells won't. Have you went to our DM since last stream? Yes, I have, and I saw the ideas that you had. I just didn't reply because I'm bad at life. So I apologize for that, but you did have some good ideas. Now, back to the sword, better idea. What if we have the bonus be a baseline effect where it's just like maybe like 2 reach, 2 attack speed, but based on how much mana you use, determines how long it lasts. So that we wouldn't have to worry about balance. We just have to worry about how long it will last.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like that makes more sense. So I need to English this better. I know I didn't English this well, but we'll come back to that. Can I like? I need like Chat GPT to let me chat. I need Copilot just be like, hey, make Word better. Can this
Hello,
be
make way better.
Yeah, I just gotta let Copilot do that because I don't do good Word. Right, king question. As long as I can do what I sent her via regular play on the server, never gonna see me not see me online. That's crazy. Sydney, here's a clear rate of reason. Use half of your current mana to empower you, so the duration of the empowerment is based on the amount of mana you use. Ah, see? God bless Copilot. See? I'll put this on a second line. Right, nice. This is not a craftable item. Excuse me. Right, so the slot item for it to have its effect, blah, blah, blah. The slot the item has to be intact with its effects. The option is main hand off and blah 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 blah. You choose use to choose whether this is a weapon, tool, armor, piece, charm, etc. If you don't specify this, it will default to main hand. Okay. I'll leave the base damage as is. The rarity is rare. Is there rarity? Say, what's the rarities it have? Nah, this had to go to... It have a non-rarity? That's crazy. I feel like Mythic would be a perfect rarity for this. It's a item of legend, if you would. Right, so... No conditions. And for the effects, we will do... ID... Add folder. Alex ID Fairy Sword Empowerment. I like how they know what I want to do, but Jesus Christ, that's confusing as all hell. Excuse me. Let me just make sure that I'm doing the right thing. And then I'll do this thing after. So if I go back to this, and I go to add folder. Right, so for the arguments, I know there's a reach stat, so I said reach and attack speed. So it should have attack speed multiplier, I think. Right, entity. Is it entity reach? Add reach for interacting with entities here. So entity reach is the one I'm looking for. Is there attack speed multiplier? I feel like there is supposed to be a attack speed multiplier. I just can't find it. See me. I found video so with it's what did say that again next? What do you mean by that? Hold on. So now I know there's an attack speed one. Okay, there used to be a skill that multiply your attack speed, and I deleted it because I had no use for it. So I know it exists. I just don't have it. Excuse me.
I know it's real, I just can't prove it.
I know this shit is real. I just can't prove it. Where's my folder with all my gaming projects? There you go. If I go into plugins and I go into eco skills, Stats. Ah, here's his attack speed.yml. There is an attack. Where is it then? Am I blind? I passed it straight. Okay, cool. Right, so there's an attack speed multiplier. So we'll add a holder to do attack speed multiplier and to do reach. So let me just look at add holder again. Add holder. And then I just need to figure out how to get that mana. That actually wouldn't be that hard. If I go to eco skills, how to configure magic. And I need to go into, not you, placeholder. Wait, can I not pull that number? I see. Okay, this is a new price system. We'll figure out how to make it scale after. Let's put in the attack speed multiplier. So add holder. So ID attack speed multiplier. And then args. Right, so you give 25%, a 25% boost attack speed. But I feel like I did something wrong here. That's because I did do something wrong here. I'm forgetting. Yeah, I was right. So specs. And then yeah, thank you, Copilot. All right, so that and then entity reach. All right, just this one just adds reach. So we do reach 1.5. Right, cool. And then the duration should be tapped back to be in line with args here, I believe. No, it should be in line with the effects. Cool. Oops. Right, so now it's just to get the mana. So how do we get the mana? How do we get the total mana? Actually, I think there is a way for me to do this. If I go into... Where is the GUI? Stats GUI. Is this what I'm looking for? No. It should be HUD, I think. Actually. Yeah, there we go. Eco skills mana and eco skills mana limits. So why is this not in the why is this not in the thing? Yeah, why is this just not here? What the hell? It's just not in the documentation. It's why we can't have nice things, y'all. Happy pause KDCX. Right, so that gives you how much mana I have. So if I take So, all right. What is a good scaling now for how much time this would take? Is the question. So,
Like probably 2 times the level or something.
two
Like
times it.
that amount of seconds.
So here's the thing, right? So the way how it's gonna work is that I like working what the kind of like what the stats that I have right now in the game after like having just played around like randomly, right? So I had 580 mana, almost 600 mana. If we take half of that mana, right? So that would be about 290. Yeah, that's 290 is the value that we work. From that 290, are we just gonna we could just use that as the flat amount of ticks. So that would give us what is 300 divided by 20? That's 15. That would give us 15 seconds. So that way, since you start at baseline with 100 mana, when you use the effect, if you are like now starting out in the server and you use it at like that base, you would get 2.5 seconds of the effect. I think that's a good place to start if we just use the flat number that we take back from what we get. No, yeah, that sound good.
No. I agree. I don't think that's a bad idea.
So that would be duration would be eco skills mana. So that would be this would take back your current mana, the current amount of mana you have, and that this would be divided by 2, and that's the duration in ticks. So I'm at and then I also need to also take that mana from as well. So ID is not give mana. Is it pay mana? Or what is the actual effect for this? Oh, I can just give negative mana, no? Where's give magic? Yeah, add or subtract magic. So I give magic, args, type mana, value, minus round equal skills mana divided by 2. Yes. Oh, yes, I should do that on top here as well. Put that in here. I feel like this should also be in. This needs to be in quotes, just in case. Mana triggers, and then triggers would be right click. No, I think this is supposed to be in line with this. Yeah. So yeah, add the holder for that. Give magic. Oh wait, no, I need to do one other thing. So that would be effects. And then tab these two things forward. Cool. So that is done. And then I think I think I need to add a cooldown as well, so that way you don't just spam the ever-living shit out of it. Probably add a message should say that you are empowering your attacks too. I think you should be good to go to there, like after that. So so I think I'll just go here and I'll just put odds. Cooldown. How much should the cooldown be? The cooldown should be the same amount of time that you're taking for this. Yeah, round equals mana 2 divided by 2. And then this should the cooldown be shared between both the sword and the bow is the question. What the fuck did I just do? Okay.
The answer to that question is no. So
any particular reason? Any particular reason why?
I mean, mechanically, would you be able to use both at the same time?
Technically, yes.
Hey, what going on in here?
We doing Minecraft stuff.
Okay,
Minecraft stuff.
Wait, you still streaming? Jesus Christ,
Yes,
it's
I'm still-
2025.
Yeah, and we still in the streaming chat, so I don't know what you expect.
I thought he was just chilling, bro. Like,
No,
God.
no, we
like,
still streaming.
goddamn. That's crazy.
Big chilling.
Apparently he work out. Apparently this shit, you're locked in, boy. You're locked in.
Yeah, we had a really good idea, so we're working on it.
Was the idea? It says summarize for like adultish man like me.
So we made a fairy. That's literally where
Uh,
this started. This all started
uh,
with us making a fairy, and then it exploded into an armor set, custom tools, a boss, a new currency, and yeah, that's it basically.
Are we getting Ethereum in Minecraft?
What? Oh,
Potentially.
Is oh, we getting Ethereum in Minecraft? Damn, that's crazy.
bro.
Can't wait to trade Bitcoin in Minecraft.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Right, so this should be alt click. Cool. And then I also need to send a message when you activate it so that way you know that you empowered this sword. So ID send message. Yeah. Oh, it's as if Copilot heard me.
Y'all using Copilot to code? Shame on you. Be a big man. Use ChatGPT.
That's insane. That's insane work, dog.
He valid though, he valid.
Nah, I ain't know about all that, chief. Think that should work. So this is equal.
So, in terms of list of achievements you all have
you sleeping on your friend
far
chat?
done, in like, let's say like the coding thing, what have your like intangible milestones achieved so far for like the server and like things that you're plugging in? Because I know they have the food and they're trying to do the fairies thing now, the eco items and eco skills. What's all you done?
Just not. I hate this thing. Why what in some effects is value and in others is amount is piss me off, dog. Right, good. Sorry. Right, repeat that again, my good sir.
So in terms of like other things that you added so far to the Minecraft server, like I know all they do in food. I know all they do in certain like skills and classes, right? You also do you like also have like jobs and stuff or like
Well, the jobs are the schools of like the schools that you can join.
okay.
And
now
then
what else do you have? What else?
so we have the jobs. We have the stats and everything based off of how you based off of what spells that you use. So to start off with, the main thing of the system is that you have to join a school of magic, and when you join a school of magic, you are only allowed to use the spells of that school of magic, and you can level up your school utilizing those spells, and you can also level up specific stats in those like if the spell has that category. Sorry, I said that wrong. So for example, if you join the school of abjuration and you have a spell called shield, the spell is a defensive spell. When you use the spell, you gain experience towards the school and you gain experience towards defensive spells. As you level up in specific schools, you gain stats. So in the abjuration school, you'll gain defense. And then as you use spells that are of a specific category, you also gain stats that relate to that spell. So if you use abjuration spells and defensive spells, you'll be double dipping into like a defensive stat essentially. Your spells also scale with that stat that is related to. So if you are using a defensive spell, it would scale with your defense stat. That's like the main thing with the system. But everything else after that is just more things to work within the world. Wizard kind of has speed abilities. I mean, we have the talismans, so that could be like the runes I'm thinking about. Oh yeah, talismans really could just be runes. It could be flavored like runes. I'll write that down.
Quick question, right? Because I know this gonna come, right? Because like you're locked into one class. Yeah, we're locked into one school of magic, right?
Correct.
Let me say, right? Let me be the asshole that's like, oh, I want to learn. I didn't like this school. I didn't think it through. Is there a way for me as a player to like
to switch your
let me
school?
say forget everything and start over brand new.
So you wouldn't forget everything, but there is an item called the class change key that you can obtain through regular gameplay, which I haven't figured out how as yet, but it does exist that you can, once you have one, you can use it to switch your school. But you don't lose your levels, because it'd be pretty unfair for, like, say you get 50 levels deep and then you're just like, all right, I don't like this school anymore, I'm gonna switch. Then you just lose like 50 levels, you know?
Oh, I was thinking of it like the way how like D&D works. So like you reach to like the 20th level of a school, and then like let me say this, right? So I'm in like level 20. I'm maxed out in that particular school of magic.
Right.
And like let me say I say, you know what, I'm maxed out at everything. While I find this school is cool, let me switch back over. I thought let me switch over, let me learn a new craft. It's kind of like, you know, equivalent exchange now. You're forgetting everything to learn something new. That's what I thought the trader thought would go. And like it's a little unfair, right? It's a little unfair to in like the whole sense of it, right? But think about it this way, right? Let me say I'm a science major my entire life. Right? And I say, you know what, dog, this science thing ain't working out for me. Let me switch to like business. Let me switch to a business school. And like that means I have to go back to school, relearn everything, and then I need to spend the rest of my life trying to earn that same mastery. If you get what I mean. I thought it would have been like that. So that at least, at minimum, you could have like, let me say, like if you compare it to real life, because sometimes people just go into real life and they be like, oh, I say this sounds a lot more interesting than what I want to actually do in real life, in what I want to do. So I switching from a STEM major to a business major, and I have a little bit of business knowledge beforehand, because you know I was dealing up with businesses, and I have to learn this by proxy. I would you could probably, like, instead of being like fully removed back to level 0 or level 1, I would be now a level 3 school with like business, level 3 business major.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So is it that you want to make it so that you well, not really penalize, but I get the idea of like you like you have some kind of reduction, because it's like, well, you already spent all of this time here, you're gonna learn something new, you guess your brain don't have like the capacity for everything, so you will forget some things as you go on, you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. But like I said already, this is just like how I would imagine a system would work in my head. You don't obviously have to follow that system. After all, it's just fucking Minecraft.
Correct, is right, yes.
Yeah. The only thing I want from this server is the ability to be an artificer and, you know, use magical bullshit. But, you know, that's already impossible because we do in schools of magic.
Yeah. Hey, welcome into the stream. What's this scene? How you doing? I'm good. I'm doing Minecraft stuff. Wait, I don't realize my TikTok still showing the right thing, right? Okay, good, it is. Oh, I panicked for like 2 seconds there. Jesus Christ. Imagine this whole time I really sitting down doing this and it just wasn't like showing the right thing.
Schools of Abjuration. I have to now go into D&D and remind myself what an Abjuration school does.
Good. So the effect works. So let's spawn mob spider. It'll just do 5 spiders.
Which school does the bonfire effect belong to? That's my main question.
This bonfire effect?
The bonfire, like, cantrip. Like, I'm trying to remember. Create bonfire. That's the school
that should be. It should be.
Conjuration. Yeah, looking at
it's conjuration. Yeah. Right. So this message sends. The price is correct. It triggers. Let me increase this to like 10 just to make sure that this entity reaching actually working. Oh, it works. Okay, that definitely works. Oh my god. Alright, so let's set that to 2. Reload that. And that is done. The fairy sword is done. Fairy sword is done.
Quick question, King.
Yes, what is your question, good sir? Mother content.
So like for certain like physical spells, right? Like going back to like this whole create bonfire thing, right? So you know how create bonfire is like it magically creates a bonfire in a space lasting up for like 5 foot cube or whatever. And it lasts for like 1 minute. If an entity step over the bonfire, it takes like 1d8 damage and stuff. I have a question.
Yes, what is your question, good
If you
sir?
were to like implement this in like a Minecraft sense, right? Would players be able to, let's say, create and do a bonfire cantrip, and then like it would just be like useful utility, like as a school?
Yeah, so it could essentially. Oh, that gives me a good idea for a spell, actually. So, if I were to implement something like that, let me just put this down on my spells. This could be an evocation spell. Create. So, I can make it so that if you cast this spell, like say we create bonfire, I can make it like how the bonfire works in Terraria, where if you're nearby the bonfire, you get increased health regen. So what I can do is I can place the literal campfire item that we have, and once you are within a specific range of that campfire, that you have increased regeneration. Obviously, the bonfire would not last forever, and it would disappear after a few seconds, and that would be the create bonfire spell.
Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, like I don't expect it to be like a permanent thing, because let's be real, create bonfire in theory is actually a pretty OP kind of cantrip. It's OP in the sense that if let's say I was multi-classing into the School of Magic, and I just chose to, use create bonfire, you can technically, in theory, be able to create very effective farms for the create bonfire effect. So let me see here. But again, I don't know if you have any kind of implementation for saves in what your kind of magic school. Yeah, like how like if you cast a certain spell, you do like an intelligence save or dex save or whatever.
Oh no, it have nothing. Nah, it's not D&D deep.
It's not D&D. Yeah, like I fully expect that it's not D&D. But like I still expect like there to be like I still expect that there might be like some kind of buff system in place for certain spells.
But that's what the stats are for. The stats are what could help. Well, that's what would make your spell stronger. So for instance, if you decided to go to the what's this school I'm thinking of? Hold on, let me just look through my files real quick. Where is the it's up, right? Okay, good. So let's say you decided to go into the evocation school, right? So that's like with fire, ice, elements, all that shit. That's that school like spell. Well, that school will raise your attack damage, right? But that doesn't mean all these spells that you have in that school are going to be attacking spells. But if you decide to focus on evocation school and only use attacking spells, your attack stat will be high. Your spells will scale with that attack stat. I already have a way to track how much attack that you have and utilize that in the spells as for your damage. So let me say your attack stat is like 100. If you have 100 attack stat and you use a spell like Fireball, it would be like, let's say it uses half of your attack stat as the damage, your Fireball will deal 50. But if somebody else who is like, let's say, also in the evocation school, but like say they spend most of the time on defensive spells, their attack stat is like 10, then the Fireball would only do 5 damage because it's using half of the attack stat. So everybody's damage will be different based on how they play. If you decide you want to use attacking spells most of the time, then you're going to be doing more damage with attacking spells. If you decide to use defensive spells or invigoration spells more often than not, that means you're going to be protected more than often than not, or heal more often than not. If you decide to use your movement spells, then you'll move faster, and there is a general wisdom stat that I still haven't found a proper way to implement, but it is working off of the more utility spells, so like X-ray. The X-ray distance will scale based on your wisdom, things like that.
Yo, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, right? In relation to that. What if I decide, what if somebody who has like a powerful like evocation thing and like they cast fireball and you know that already that shit's going to be double damage, right? But I
Mhm.
am a defensive wizard, right? And I cast
Mhm.
counter spell. Does that double the damage that goes back to the guy?
So counters. I don't know if I wouldn't be able to. I don't know if I'd be able to do something like counter spell in this.
I think
Because
here's how I think counter spell works, right? In my mind, in this case, counter spell is essentially parry.
yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think there's a way to parry a spell like that, given the effect system that we have, because that would require you to have something running in the background to recognize what spell is being used, and then cast it and send it back. So that would be really hard. Probably not
Yeah, fair
impossible,
point.
but it would require a lot of shit to be done to get something like that up and running.
Fair point. Reminded. This is essentially the conversation that's happening right now. Is essentially the conversation between marketing to the IT developers, the IT department. Tell me, am I wrong?
No,
am I wrong?
You're like, we can implement this. I'm like, no, we can't, because we don't have the technology. And we're like, oh, they'll figure it out. They're like, well, if they want to spend 10 years doing it, then sure, I don't mind.
Tell me right here. At the end of the day, it sounds really cool. But at the end of the day, I am not the one coding this shit. I am not the one doing any kind of coding for this shit. Right now, all the time when I'm talking about this with you, I'm looking at references to draw.
Bruh.
I need to draw goth witches for my thing. That's what I'm doing right now.
Nice.
Also shout out to some of my homeboys in the artist space. They like me with a free version of Clip Studio Paint 4.0.
What
The
are we talking
necessary
about?
update.
Is this guy's stealing software online? Get him! Beat it up!
Hear this, right? I said they linked me with it. They could have just give me access to the account, you know, dog. I never say if you know. Yeah.
I'm watching you. Alright, let me see. Next set here. He asks next set for you to draw Super Tengen Toppen Gurren Lagann.
No.
Damn.
Next, if you want to draw Super Tengen Toppen Gurren Lagann, you can come to my Magma Studios drawing event on Saturday the 18th that I will be hosting for free with a bunch of other artists. And you can draw on the big board, the big layer that we have.
Everything and I get it and run just run the post and things. We just run a collab about.
It's not in person. It is a online event. I think I said this already.
Bo, right? Bo's supposed to have home in, and probably just maybe a minor damage boost. My brain was working like 2 seconds ago, and I feel like it just shut down on itself.
It's because marketing stopped asking the questions, boy. Marketing stop asking the questions. Your brain shut down.
Tell them to keep doing that.
Now we gotta ensure maximum productivity. But yes, it is online, by the way. It is online. It's fully online because I not hosting something in person. I'm not doing that. Like if I had to host an in-person event, I would rather host something where I have fully had the space to do it, and it would be educational and to everybody's benefit. I'm not gonna be doing something where it's like, this is for fun. This is for fun. If I wanted to do a sip and paint, I would do a sip and paint. But this is not it. This is for people who want to be surrounded by other artists. What basically is happening Saturday? Bring your drawing tablet to your PC at home. Ask for the I'll ask for the Discord link. I will be hosting the event with a bunch of other Trini artists, Trinidad and Tobago artists, and we're just gonna be drawing for like, I don't know, 3 hours on one joint campus towards one major goal, one major piece. You can find a space, you can do whatever you want to do though. But the whole thing is just, if you haven't drawn in a while and you want to draw with other people, it's in the same space of Trinidad and Tobago, or even outside of Trinidad and Tobago, you can come here and you can just do that. It's very relatively chill. You don't have to worry about too much whether you fit in or what. Or if your art is bad. The whole thing is just to encourage other artists to start back drawing. Because trust me, yeah, there are way too many artists. I've seen too many recently that say, I don't really draw outside of my work, I don't really draw for fun anymore. And respectfully, you got into art mainly because you like to draw. Encourage that habit in yourself.
What he said.
What he said is crazy.
Oh, look, it's in the JPEG.
It's saying that
Yeah,
I
you can
watch.
draw. You can draw Gurren Lagann. You can draw. If you are into any kind of, I'm not gonna tell people like what they can't draw. Just make sure you're not drawing not safe work or like gore,
Why not?
because
Draw
it's going to be
breasts.
posted online, and
Oh,
the
So,
people
never
that
mind.
I'm hosting in collaboration with, they don't like that type of thing.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna be real. Keep
Let
it
a nigga
safe
post
for work. Keep it a buck
booties.
20, especially since there are gonna be children involved with the event, minors. But
Oh, yeah. Never
people who
mind.
still in secondary school now. But at the end of the day, it's more towards nurturing the art form. So
That's green. Becca,
Yeah.
I found an extremely tough piece of clothing on the internet, and I think I'm gonna cop it. Let me send it to you.
can we have pumpkin spice in Minecraft?
Probably.
No,
Probably.
What the
Why
fuck?
not,
Oh,
Zane? Tell me why not.
I don't have
because
any arrows.
this is a
Zin,
this is a
Zin, Zin,
yes.
Zin,
hmm hmm
Zin, Zin.
Yes.
No.
Comma. Okay, Becca, hear me out, right? Hear me out, right? Hear me out, right? Hear me out, right? Sorry, I got distracted. Hear me out, right?
How do I get
I
a
have
screen?
One Piece cards that I've been meaning to sell for a really long
Sell
time
them
because I don't.
first, then come back to me.
I
I know how
have
much
an
they're worth.
idea.
Google.
No,
I
I'm gonna
have a
buy it, sell
really
them to
stupid
Emmett,
idea.
the place that's close to me when I go when I
Find out how much it's
go.
worth first, ungraded, and then go.
Oh no, I know how much it is ungraded.
Okay. I don't know why you don't do cheaper, Zin. Say, right now,
No,
this is not your tax bracket.
That's
Just
crazy. She just told you you're
shut
broke, bro.
up. I'm aware of that. It's not the
I know you
point.
sent this to me knowing exactly what I was going to say, so I'm going to assume that you sent this because you wanted me to talk you out of it. So, no, Zane, don't go buying it. Granted, I like the style. I think it looks really
It's
good.
so
I think
tough.
it would look good on you.
It's so tough.
But things we like are sometimes out of reach because we're broke. So, no. And this
Ain't
is a
nothing gonna break
discounted
my
price. Imagine.
vibe. You have to buy it before the discount is up.
It's not even Canadian, this is US.
No, this is Canadian. Oh no, you're seeing Canadian. The price is in, I mean
I'm
US.
seeing
The
US.
price is
Yeah,
in
she's
Canadian for
US.
me.
Okay.
How much is this in CAD dollars, brother?
It is
I got it down.
112.
Thank you, Dex.
You start off with one? No.
Becca's just a
Yo, extreme.
hater. She's just a hater.
Multiply that 100 by 5.
Like $500.
Exactly. You have to go sell
Damn, I keep
cards in
taking
order
L's on
to
these packs, so
afford
Jesus.
warmth for winter. You're paying to stay alive right now and you're deciding to buy that.
This is what I'm selling the cards for.
Yo,
No, but no,
Zane,
you could get two things.
you know
You
what you
spend
need to
100 and
absolutely
get
do?
two jackets instead of this.
You know what you need
I,
to absolutely is do, Zane?
what's that?
Buy like Caribbean fitted like wear to wear in the winter, boy. Like
Oh, you can just
just
bend.
your regular like
Oh,
tank
it is
top,
bending.
tank top, wife beater kind of
Tank top wife
short
beater.
like short pants and stuff. Walk out into the rain. They walk up in now these
Can't
not the rain,
die.
they snow. Yeah, them steppers. No. You look real hard, dog. You look real hard doing that, boy. And you know what? How you can top off the fit? Wear
Mhm.
Crocs. Wear Crocs, dog.
Dog, I
Wear
wanted to
Crocs in
buy
the snow,
Crocs.
boy.
I wanted to buy
Yeah,
Crocs,
this
you know.
store seems like your style.
Oh,
It
right.
is absolutely.
Buy an authentic Crocs.
So it would be, I have 580 mana now. Divide that by 2, so that's
Oh, nigga, give me a
290.
That's
second.
it.
Divide that by 20.
Go and buy two other
15
jackets, so that's
seconds.
100 you want to spend.
Remember, I already bought 2 jackets. This is the third
Then
one.
why do you need a third one?
This one is just because it's tough.
No.
At least you
Tell
hold
me
me
how
effect
money
works. Alright,
without
good.
telling me how money.
And
Alright, Fairy
You have
Born,
the
Fairy
disposable
Sword.
ink
Sword is done. Nice.
You're just a hater. You're a hater.
You guys are so dumb. What is wrong with you?
You're just a
Talk to your friend.
hater.
I like risking my
Voltage.
life too, right, Zane? I like risking my life.
I love risking my life.
Risking life for what though is the question?
Tough clothing.
He risking it for the fit. He risking it for the fit, boy. What do you mean? The best way to risk your life. That's why I
Honestly,
telling him he should.
Objectively, the best way to risk your life is well-fed.
He freeze it out to the winter. He freeze it out to the winter,
I have
and
my
then he
winter
say,
jacket already.
yeah, like
I
he's
want.
like, you hear that, like, but the fit is tough though. You know, right? Twin.
The
Oh,
fit's
man.
already here, fuck nigga. I already got my shit on lock.
Ah,
It
boy.
looking hard. It looks hard.
I already got my fucking fit on lock. Bitch.
He goes. Some poor woman walks up to Zane and is like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And Zane tried to crack. It's like, actually, I'm actually really cool. Can I warm my hands in your titties
No.
or some shit?
What that? Just don't forget that
I'm
we are
not
still
gonna
on stream,
do that.
people.
I'm not gonna do that.
We are
Oh
I
still
know
my
we
on
still
stream,
live.
people.
I
We
know
are
we still
still
live.
streaming.
I know he's still live, right?
Hold
By
up,
the way,
hold up,
follow
hold up.
Zaid on twitter.com at local Nazi hater. It will look cropped and it will say local Nazi, but that's because you need to go to his profile directly.
Why is my ping skyrocketing
I'm
for our local fucking
going
server?
to murder you. I'm going to.
Ah, boy.
Try to catch
Right,
this
so I have
card,
30
man.
fairy dust. So equal mobs spawn fairy. Right, so I spawn in a fairy. Right click it. It drop. It right click twice because my mouse dumb. So right click. Let me right click you. Let me right click you, you bitch. Come here. Why is it right clicking twice? No, actually, it's just straight up right clicking twice. It's my mouse or is
What does the fairy does do? It just seems like you're giving you armor right now.
Yeah, so the fairy dust you can use to interact with the fairy, and the fairy will give you items. So you can only get the fairy set through the fairy or the fairy king that we'll implement later. But it's so lazy that I ain't gonna do that right now. So you can get, so let me start from the top. We're gonna start from the top. We're gonna start with the fairy. So the fairy is an alley that we just custom made that it rarely spawns like throughout the world. Like it's like a 0.01% chance for the fairy to spawn in the world. If you see the fairy, you can give it fairy dust to give you items. Now you might be wondering, how do you get fairy dust? You can craft a fairy's heart from I believe 3 enchanted diamond to give you 1 fairy's heart. A fairy's heart can give you anywhere between 1 to 5 fairy dust. You can then spend 5 fairy dust to get a random item from the list of items that the fairy can give you. of which can include the spawn egg for the Fairy King, the Fairy helmet, chestplate, leggings, or boots individually. You can get the entire set, or you can get the sword and the bow. But obviously, these things will be edited because we'll have to move some things over to the boss. But that's the idea. You can get these things from the Fairy or the Fairy King.
So like in a Plater sense, right? In a Plater sense, right? Yeah, okay, so what do the items do particularly? Like
Right,
what
so-
would the benefit of certain items be? Because I know the
So-
Fairy King one would be a lot more beneficial and most people would want that. But like what
So-
about the other items?
So the fairy armor gives you additional mana regen, so it would increase your mana regen by 50%. Additionally, if you get the advanced set, the entire advanced set, it will double your mana regen. The sword, if you empower the sword, gives you reach and an attack speed multiple bonus. And if you use the bow will give you homing and a damage boost for half of the mana used in ticks. So then you'd have to convert that to seconds. So, for example, I currently have 600 mana on the server, just like through testing. If I were to activate the sword's effect, I would get 15 seconds of the effect. If you starting on the server, you start on the server with 100 mana. If you use it, you'll get 2.5 seconds of the effect.
Interesting. I had another question lined up, but like I said, doing two things at once right now.
Brain split in
so-
half.
Yeah, it was something about. Okay, so now I have to actually think about like if in terms like a player economy, right? And we still doing the regular crafting, and we still have some of the newer items that got released recently, like the spear.
Yes.
Like would those also come in like with like a fairy set, or is it just locked to these current items right now?
So it's
So-
locked to these current items right now because I'm on 1.20, 1.8. So I'm not even on the latest version right now because I have to wait for the plugins to update to the latest version. When the latest version come out, I will update to introduce new tools and everything like that into the sets. So yes, it will eventually get the spear. Probably not the mace because the mace already strong enough as it is, but those things will come in the future.
Interesting. These items are tradable or they soul bound?
They're tradable, yeah.
Okay.
If you get like a
Interesting.
set, if you get like 2 helmets, you can give someone a helmet.
That's interesting. I'm like writing down in my notes right now about possible items you can sell. You can
Yeah,
sell
I'm gonna
to-
keep a
to-
fairy hostage and use it to trade and all.
Yeah,
I
I
can see.
remember I actually remember
That's
my main
insane.
question now. I remember one of my main questions. So like recently I'm not too sure how much if you've seen this, right? But have you seen the LA XP farm?
No, I have not.
Okay, so oh god, this is gonna sound more fuck up because Minecraft players are fucked up. But
That's so
so
real, huh?
recently they determined that the fastest way to grind XP casually wasn't to actually get like a regular XP farm or anything. You get like some allies, and I think you put either a potion of weakness or something or some kind of potion, and you throw it onto the allies, and like and essentially what happens is that because the regeneration is so fast, I can't remember the actual fucking every little bit of information, but the regeneration is so fast that it generates levels really quickly with allies. I don't think you have like any sort like, since you said like fairies are temporary, right? That means there is no chance that you can like use a leash and like tie them down and like start to fucking farm the ever living shit out of them, right? Like,
You see, the thing is, you bring up something like
Or
this, and I'm
exploit them.
thinking the average person probably would not know this. But now I feel like that you brought this up, and I have to think about this now.
no,
In the
that's the thing.
In the
Because
meantime, Goodbye. Good night. You'll enjoy.
Oh,
Good
it's
night.
11 o'clock.
Bye.
I told you. Yeah, no, it's time. It's really
Yeah.
time to head off. Let me find somebody
Yeah.
to hit a
I
raid
am
there.
gone immediately.
Yeah, you can
You'll
head
take
off.
care.
Bye,
Yeah.
Becca. Thank you so much
Bye.
for the wonderful idea. You really gave me a really good
You're
idea.
welcome.
All right, let's
That's
see
me
who.
a service. Till next time.
Till next time.
Yeah.
All right, let's see
Free
who
Till
is
next
with these
time.
really fast soaring suits.
my character.
So
Easier
Instar's
than
goal
I know
me
Era
see.
Sarah is live and they have
I see
Crixie.
Sarah's live. I see Crixie live. I see Joshua live. I see plenty of people live. I see Naz live. All right, let me go and read. Let's read. Who do I want to read? I will read. I'll read Naz. Why not? As he playing I show you who. Yeah, he's for sure playing Fortnite. Let me send you all over to watch some Fortnite Battle Pass gameplay. Where's my fucking Twitch chat? Right. So thank you all so much for watching tonight's stream. Hope you all enjoyed the process of how one simple idea could evolve into multiple. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys back here on Thursday for another roguelike game that we'll figure out what we're playing on the day. But until then, enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe. Don't do drugs. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye. Let me know when we off stream.
Yeah, hold on. I'll send in the raid.